afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are broadcasting to you live from the beautiful and picturesque southern shores of New York City, the one and only town without pity, Staten Island, New York. I'm Danny Chanod. I'll be providing play-by-play this afternoon for a matchup between the Titans out of Holy Trinity, as a matter of fact, taking on your boys from St. Peter's, the Eagles. Joining me for color commentary this afternoon in the booth, local legends and rising stars in the business, Ray Palma and Peter Timmins. Fellas, welcome back.
Danny, great to be here. Our beautiful 50-yard line seat here at St. Peter's. Little travel issues for the Titans, but they got here. The Eagles are decked out in black, about to take the field. And Peachy, we got a gorgeous Saturday afternoon.
Good afternoon, boys. What a tremendous atmosphere right now. I know we're going back to the black uniforms. I heard that there was a little superstitious about going back to the black of losing to more last year. But I think today is going to be the turn of the tide of where this uniform and this St. Peter's team and program is going to get lifted to another special win and hopefully moving forward to the playoff scenario.
Well, waving the Irish flag, the 12th man, St. Peter, as well as the King of the North flag, along with Old Glory. We welcome you to the Century Waste pregame show. We had the opportunity to speak to both coaches before the start of today's game. Here's head coach Gino Tassoni, the head coach of the Titans, the visiting program.
All right, Danny Chanod, I'm on the sidelines with the Titans talking to head coach Gino Tassoni. Gino, tell me what you got to do to get off to a hot start today at the Eagles' Nest.
Well, we got to keep our mistakes to a minimum, come out shooting, and stop their run game.
Coach, we appreciate you. You know you're going to be playing in front of a hostile environment today. Do you think your kid's going to be able to play under emotion?
Oh, we're up for it.
We appreciate you, brother. Good luck today.
He's a man of few words, but here's a man that has a little bit more to say. It's the head coach of the Eagles, and Rob Sika.
Danny Chanod, I'm here with the head coach of the Eagles, Rob Sika. Coach, you got a must-win game today. You're looking to get a home playoff game, at least, if you get the dub today. What do you got to do to get off to a hot start against the Titans?
Yeah, so, Danny, today's all about execution. We've been talking about that all week in practice. We want to try to put together as close to a flawless game as possible for the first time all year, both offensively and defensively. We feel like we haven't seen it yet, and we're really excited to see what happens if we do.
Coach, we wish you the best of luck. Nobody cares.
Thanks, man.
As we wait for the teams to come out for the coin toss, let's hear from our good friend Mark Savino from Century Waste, the proud supporter of today's pregame show.
Hi, this is Mark Savino of Century Waste Services. We've been servicing the tri-state area for over 25 years. We have over 50 trucks, all with top-flight safety features. 24/7 contact availability, no hold or wait times, the right service at the right price. Century Waste, supporting local sports and going the extra yard in the community. Nobody cares.
Moments away from kickoff here. Danny Chanod, Ray Palma, Peter Timmins in the booth. Fellas, give me your final thoughts here before they come out for the opening coin toss.
I'll take both coaches spoke about turnovers, and for the Eagles, certainly turnovers have been the story of the season. A lot of penalties, a lot of yardage lost, a lot of situations where Coach Timmins says shot themselves in the foot, Pete. So I think that will be the biggest thing going forward. Rob Sika wanting a clean game, avoiding penalties will be a big part of that.
You know, Doc, you made a good point right there. And I think for this game for St. Peter's, simple execution. Come down with 8 plays that you know on offense that you can do moving forward with next week and today. Limit the penalties. Do things that you know what to do. Give the ball to Williams. Give it to 6. Play the game that you know how to play and move forward for next week.
There's final remarks from Coach Peter Timmins and Ray Palma. We pause now for our nation's national anthem.
And we are back, and what you hear in the background is the St. Peter's 12th man decked out in black this afternoon. Seems to be the theme. Got ourselves some beautiful weather and a coin toss upcoming here, Pete. So, turnover battle. Peter's having the stronger season. Peter's first place division. Holy Trinity coming in at 1-7. So certainly Peter's big home favorites here on this Saturday afternoon.
You know, Doc, take the record out of the equation. You have to go on the field and execute right now. And like I said early on, you have to go out play by play, not look at the results of what each team is doing, and not worry about anything besides the play on the field. Execution, make it simple, don't shoot yourselves in the foot. And we go back weeks and weeks, I say, the word is discipline. Each play has an execution and an opportunity to make their own one-on-one play. You do that, you'll be very successful.
Keep your eyes out in the field as we see Coach Clubby Neer. Shout out Clubby Neer in the booth. Keep your eye on the field for number 3, Jaden Simpson, wide receiver, 5'11", 175. Division I offers, Army, Troy, LIU. So kids got some Division I offers out there, so certainly a player to watch for them. Also number 9, Chase Cruz, 9 touchdowns on the season receiving, which is mighty impressive, especially on a team that's been struggling. Team decimated by injuries. No fewer than 7. You can see him along the sideline here. The kid's not dressed. 7 starters not active. So been a rough year for the Titans. But like you said, Peach, the records mean nothing today this afternoon. That's for sure.
You know, Doc, I was watching early on, and this team has a field goal kicker. He was rifling it through about 45 yards away. And I think that hopefully in their minds, they're going to try to keep it to small ball and maybe try to win on a field goal here and there, keep it close, not let St. Peter's get explosions of offensive plays, and execute on their offensive side and maybe keep it close. Take the standings out of the equation. You only can do what's on the field right now.
Yeah, Jace DeJohn pregame, Danny, was booting them 35-yarders consistently, good from about 50, it seemed like, from here. So keep that in mind going forward.
Well, we certainly love to see the kicker find himself in impactful situations in the ball game, as it'll be the St. Peter's Eagles who will receive the ball to start us off here in the first half. As Peter mentioned earlier, trying to shake Mr. Superstition today and get a dub in those all-black jerseys. They've got gold trim over the shoulders for the Eagles. Their traditional helmet, gold with an STP eagle along the side with blue and white stripes going down the center. They've got black on black with gold letters. As for the Holy Trinity Titans out of Hicksville, Long Island, they come in today rocking all white jerseys. They've got green trim around the shoulder pads, white helmets, and a green Titan insignia on the helmets. Ladies and gentlemen, the 12th man is rocking this afternoon. They've done a roll call at the start of this game as the 3 captains went out for the coin toss. 2 men back deep to receive for the Eagles. A 2:30 start after an hour delay, and after much of a delay here, gentlemen, we are about to be underway. It's the John Jace set to start us off here, and I'll tell you what, folks, it is so windy out there this afternoon that ball has come off of the tee.
Yeah, wind will be a factor this afternoon. Warm, but windy. Also on note, broadcast booth decked out in green, inadvertently matching the colors of the Titans.
Yeah, it's a problem for everybody. Mr. Momentum starting out for nobody as Mother Nature making an appearance. And we are underway with a squib kick. It's going to be fielded and fumbled at the 20-yard line. Picked up there by an Eagle. Running with a full head of steam. Tackle just past the 30-yard line. That is where St. Peter's will take over to start this ball game.
That's Ramos. He's 31 in the black uniforms. Ramos drives us crazy every week. He changes uniforms. But nonetheless, Ramos at wearing 31 on the return. And here comes the Eagles offense. Question would be, would Vallely get to start at quarterback? Well, he's in a quarterback, and Aruda lined up in the slot at receiver.
Ryan Vallely, of course, not the starter for the start of the season, as it was Marco Aruda. Both men able to come in and captain this offense, as the hard count draws a defensive tackle off sides. That's going to be 5 yards against the Titans.
The 2 most dynamic offensive players in the Catholic League the last couple of years have been Marco Aruda and Williams. Now you put both of them, make them receiving threats with a different player quarterback. And here goes And we have more penalties here, Peach.
Who's got a pen? Start keeping track of these flags. We're
have a
on
pen.
2 and we're only 5 seconds in.
Now,
got a pen, Peach. There we go.
back-to-back penalties, one against the Titans and now a false start against the Eagles. So we're back to the original line of scrimmage here. You mentioned that wind to start the game with Mother Nature. Wind tops out today at 15 miles per hour. So that could be for or against the kicking team depending on the side of the field they're on. On a 1st and 10, the give is to Williams, running right side. He hits B-gap, takes a hit, and keeps on ticking close to the yard to gain. It's going to be 2nd and short coming up.
I mean, you can put what you just said on a T-shirt for this young man. His entire varsity career just takes a hit and keeps on ticking. Always falls forward, always gain yards.
Out of the gun, the give is once again to Williams. He shakes one man, gets past the first down marker on a dive. The Eagles are going to move those chains here early on, close to midfield.
Peachy always says, give it a 6, you'll get 6. That's 2 consecutive 6-yard carries, or at least a net of 12 yards total, and first down Eagles.
Call comes in from the sidelines, and all the players look at it on their wristbands.
Williams split bottom of the screen at receiver on this one.
It's a 2 wide receiver set. The give is to a running back on an end around. It's a slot receiver who takes it.
That's a Ruta, I guess. So a Ruta, incorporating a Ruta as more of a running back. They have a running style as a quarterback, now getting the ball directly as a running back.
Well, Pete, you know this better than anybody. That is one of the highest grossing yardage quarterbacks in all of CHSAA when it comes to legs, no?
Yes, I agree. And I'm going to go back to Williams real quick. The yards he gets after his initial contact, and there's a running back from, I think, Boise State. I think he has 142 yards rushing after initial contact. And Williams, when he gets initial contact, he gets another 6 or 7 every time he runs that ball.
Hard running out of a pistol set now. 3 receivers bunched left on an end around. They give it to Williams. He gets absolutely nowhere. In fact, loses a yard on the play. Laundry on the field.
Play by 55, Justin Hogan, keep him contained there. We'll see what the penalties against. Penalties against the Eagles, and it looks like they're going to decline it. So they're going to decline the penalty, whatever it may be. At least it looks like the coach declined the penalty. Yeah, the penalty's declined, so it's going to sit about a 3rd and 8. So they'd rather get the Eagles at 3rd and 8 from the 46 than 2nd and 13 from the other side of the field. Interesting.
Yeah, I think I would have took the yards right there.
It is a 3rd and 8 for the Eagles, close to midfield. Valele.
Sorry, Danny. Bunch receivers up top left there.
Valele gets the call from the sidelines. Williams, the lone back. The give is to Williams, running B-gap. He's to the 2nd level, makes one man miss. He's up. He's got 2 to beat. Tackled inside the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Eagles. Huge rushing gain.
He goes falling head first and then just pops up in one smooth motion. Like, my goodness. Eagles in a big-time hurry up here.
Yeah, the defense is on its heels right now. You give it to 6. He's just going to keep taking up the gut right there.
We've got trips left. Bunch formation set for the Eagles. Williams off to the right of the quarterback on a misdirection. He takes the carry. He's going to be met by a bevy of Titans who make the stop after a gain of about 4 on the play.
Interesting. I'm not sure what's going on. Salu in diet. Say it again for me, Danny. Salu, number 1.
Sayu Diakani.
Sayu Diakani. I haven't seen him on the field just yet. He is on the sidelines and appears dressed. I haven't seen him on the field.
Sticking with that same set of receivers, trips left. The give is to Williams and a shoestring tackle. And a beautiful one made it that by Danny Bergen III. Junior offensive lineman / D lineman getting busy.
6'1", 245, making plays like that with his feet. Impressive athletic accomplishment there.
That was a heck of a play, coaches, as that brings up a 3rd and 7 for this Eagles team.
No rush here for the Eagles, and Salu now in the game, top of your screen, one-on-one coverage.
With a huge cushion, they decide to give it to Williams, who runs right side. He is close to the line to gain, but is going to come up. Looks to be just a bit short as the far side referee signals 4th down. 4th and less than a yard here for the Eagles as it looked to bring in a big man here in Angelo Negretti, possibly to come in and play tight end, be an extra blocker.
Yeah, nothing to think about here. 4-down territory.
I wish they were going to need to center and actually just get to the yard.
It looks like they're going to stay in the shotgun.
In a pistol set on a misdirection, they give it to Williams. I'm not sure he got it.
Referee did not move to the line of scrimmage at all, marking the ball there, and I think they snuffed it out. Big play by the Titans defense.
Fellas, it looks like the ref's feet were stuck in concrete. He literally did not gain any yards on the play. Big stop by the Titans.
You know, I just don't get the understand part of just get underneath the center and let your offensive line push the defensive line for a yard. They go shotgun. They're already losing 5 yards. Just get under, smash mouth football, try to get the yard, and you're right. He didn't move an inch.
At all. It's wild. So it's going to be a turnover for the Eagles, a turnover on downs, and a 1st and 10 upcoming here for Holy Trinity. Great job by color commentator Ray Palma once again providing not only rosters but in numerical order.
Very important, very important.
Josiah Patrick working out of a gun, one-on-one coverage, throws it downfield. He's got a man, and it's caught! Chase Cruz makes the catch near midfield. 1st and 10 Titans.
Talked about him in pregame. Division one scholarship offers on the table from multiple places. This kid's a primetime player. Shows it here early on.
One-on-one coverage, a little bit of a cushion, maybe too much there, Pizzi, as he flew past him. That ball was underthrown. He had to come back to it.
You know, it looks like St. Peter's going to call a timeout right here. Now, they have nothing to lose. This Trinity team, they're coming in, take the record out of the equation. They went up top, and that was a great ball against the wind, one-on-one coverage. And if this is what Trinity's going to do to try to win this game, it looks like they're going to try to go deep. Maybe they saw some film. They were like one-on-one coverage maybe we can get advantage of. As Doc Palmer and you guys said, this is a kid that has tremendous scholarship offers, and it just showed right there off of the bat.
This timeout on the field brought to you by our friend at Windows We Are.
Windows We Are.
9110 5th Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Free parking. It's the 8th wonder of the world. And if you're
in Brooklyn, too.
You know, if you're unsure about
in Brooklyn,
great people, family owned and operated, they'll even pay your toll. And I'll tell you something else. It's not just the big jobs, it's the small jobs. They'll come out there and they'll, fix your screen door to your house.
Yeah, then they got to pay your toll if you go. They got a parking lot, a little bit of everything. Big jobs, little jobs, commercial, residential, all that. Windows We Are, the best in the windows service industry. Parking lot in Brooklyn. Just never heard those. That's not a sentence.
Doesn't even make sense. It's like a unicorn. Now it's a 1st and 10 for the Titans. Working out of a gun, 2 receivers set.
More flags. So many flags.
This happens, though. I don't know. I didn't see much movement here, but looks like they're going to call a false start against the Titans.
Yeah, the left tackle moved. He came off the line. He gave a little hesitation to jump up. But we're on 4 right now, boys, and I'm running out of ink.
Well, Josiah Patrick, first-year senior starter.
Forgot you were keeping track over there, Pete. That's pretty funny.
That poor pen, struggling. First-year starter, had to battle injuries last few years. Gets a chance to start as a senior. Impressive early on.
Patrick is going to hand it off to the tailback, running a gap. He picks up maybe a yard on the play. That's Chase Cruz, that is the tailback number 2, Enoch Thomas, senior running back, 5'9", 175.
Yeah, one of the captains, Thomas, strong runner, someone they could feature out of the backfield, spread him around a little bit. Coach Sasson, this is in his first season, spoke very highly of the potential, not only now, but in the future. And obviously, you see right in front of us, 52 and 60, 2 massive kids on the sideline with injury.
2 receivers split wide, and Simpson and Cruz off the snap. Quarterback rolling to his right, plenty of time. Flag on the field, and that ball nearly intercepted as it's thrown out of bounds.
That's in the area of holding, you got to think, right, Peach?
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the strength of the arm of the quarterback right there. He rifled that ball against that wind, and I wish we had replay, but that ball was flying as almost like a college quarterback on the rollout with his body to the sideline. So this kid's got an arm. If Trinity wants to make an impact, I think they might just rely on this guy just running and throwing and just rely on one-on-one coverage for their offense.
It's like the Eagles, it's a similar thing. The Eagles are going to keep decline the penalty and keep it at 3rd and 12, Danny, 3rd and 13-ish, as opposed to accepting the penalty, which will push them back even further.
Just at this point, conservatively, it's a 3rd and long, and that's why in this scenario we're going to see more Titan wide receivers on the line than we have so far this game with 6:14 to go in the first quarter. It's a 4 wide receiver set and a lone back. Call comes in from the head coach on the sidelines.
Clap hands, clap hands.
Seems that signal has been met. Quarterback out of a gun, looking left side, has a man, and it is in and out of the hands of Cruz. And then he is absolutely lit up after the fact. But oh, he is mad at himself, boys. He should have had that easy first down.
Beautiful ball thrown by Patrick. Oh, my goodness. Put it right where it needed to be. Tight spiral, right where it needed to go. Oh, my goodness. This kid's totally throwing a nice ball here, Peach.
You know, if I was Trinity right now, I don't know what they're thinking of trying to go for 4th down. I don't see the punt team coming out. The Trinity team is very thin here. It looks like there's a bunch of guys going both ways.
It's very possible that the punt team is out there. You know, it's just a dual-purpose
true,
squad right now where they're able to. But behoove it for me to say so as they're back to a 4 wide receiver set. Quarterback appears to be using his arm, not his leg. Out of a gun, he switches to his leg. I was right. I can't believe it. It takes a Titans bounce and goes all the way inside the 30-yard line. That's where the Eagles will take over. With 5:55 remaining here in the first quarter, we take a short break. Reminding you all that this broadcast booth is powered by
Main Street Coffee. We are back. Vallely gives to Williams. Williams on the right side. And a big tackle there. What number we got there, Peach? 56? 56. Tyler Williams making a big play defensively, Peach.
You know, the St. Peter's offense has to get in a little rhythm right now because you got about 5:40 left in this first quarter. And Trinity is actually looking like they want to play this game one play at a time, and they're winning this battle from what I'm looking at because downfield they missed the first down right there, and Trinity's keeping themselves right where they want to be.
It's a quad box out split up. Williams in the back of that box there. Lily in the shotgun. Oh, a little offsides there, obviously. So, much like many of the games we've seen this season, a flag fest early on. That's going to be encroachment on the defense as Peachy breaks the pen out like My Blue Heaven on the plane there.
Yeah, that's number 6.
6 penalties so far early on. Danny Chanod is also the tech department. He's getting busy here plugging things in, unplugging things. Vallely in the shotgun. Williams comes out of that box in motion, joins Vallely in the backfield. Give is to Williams. He bounces out left, comes back towards the middle, up the side. Beautiful, gorgeous run by Williams, turning something to nothing on that one.
You know, that's a tremendous run. That's what you want to see as a senior running back. I wish I actually had the full yardage he has this year, but the yards after contact, putting that ball forward for a first down, St. Peter's has to get a little momentum here going.
All right, Vallely's going to be in the shotgun. We got some action going on above my head here.
Good.
Vallely in the shotgun. Fumbles it, picks it back up. He's rushed, gets taken down by half of the defense, half of the backfield there. So, big play by the Titans defense. Will set up 2nd down and about 11 from the 40-yard line.
You know, Doc, I'm just looking at the offense right now. Do you think they're a little bit offbeat of just switching quarterbacks like this and trying to get the offense going?
I don't know if necessarily that. I want to give a little more credit to the Titans defense as well. Here comes Williams along the right side, lowers his shoulder, and he'll set up. We're good, Danny. And he'll set up 3rd down and about 4. Oh, excuse me, a full 5. Oh, excuse me, 4th down. This guy's messing with me. 3rd down and 4. So we'll see. Obviously, Arruda and Williams as threats out of the backfield, Dr. Timmins, are beautiful things for the Eagles. And Vallely, more of a natural throwing the ball downfield. See if he can connect with his arm to make the move to a more natural passing quarterback, Worthy. Vallely will give to Williams along the left side. Has a hole, bounces it outside, has one man to beat up the middle. Taken down by number 15, Ian Williams, but a big ripped off of a 40-yard run by no one other than Jeremiah Williams.
You know, this offensive line by St. Peter's, they've been reliant and just progressively getting better every game and allowing Williams to find that seam and just getting up and getting that yardage. Tremendous run right there.
Give is to Williams again, almost the same play. Falls down, gets back up, taken down again by number 65. Looked like Danny Burgeon III. He's been made a few plays on defense so far. So Eagles after the big play, second down and about 9 from right around the 25-yard line.
Well, this is where St. Peter's has to get that red zone. I know they're not there yet, but they're close to it. They have to get that red zone offense going and try to get this ball punched in right here.
Well, you got Vallely, the passing quarterback. You got Salou one-on-one on an island on the other side of the field. Certainly an option if they want to look to throw the ball here on 2nd and 8. Instead, the give is to Williams. He'll bounce along the right side to pick up about 2 to 3 yards, setting up now what'll be 3rd and about 6 from, we'll call it the 22.
You know, when you have Salou one-on-one on the outside and you have the wind with you, you might want to just throw it up there with a one-on-one coverage. He's having a tremendous year, and he is really an unstoppable force if and when you get him the ball.
So now they're not going to line him on the outside. It's going to be a little more tight to the formation as Williams joins Vallely in the backfield. Shotgun set. He's looking, crossing pattern. Ball's going to go deep towards the end zone. He's got a man. Great play defensively. It looked like 14 in coverage. Was that Jace to John? Hard for me to tell from here. And that's going to set up a 4th down. The Eagles, are we going to kick this football? Lots of substitutions coming in and out the field. Yeah, that looks like Capolo's going to line one up here.
Well,
so this is fascinating.
You look
Danny.
at the top of those field goal posts there on what is the north side of the end zone. And we can tell it's north as that's the side closest to the Staten Island Ferry. Those flags up there are whipping around. So not an easy kick here on what is the ball will be placed at the 29-yard line. It's a 36-yard field goal. Bobbled snap under pressure. Arruda tries to get rid of it, throws it away. And that is going to be another turnover on downs for the Eagles. This Titans defense turning into a brick wall when it matters most, ladies and gents.
Especially if you're the Eagles. If you're going to line up for a 39-yard field goal, which the ball's around the 29, so add 10 more, 39. You got to have execution on the snap, and unfortunately for the Eagles special teams, a rarity this season.
This moment in time brought to you by our friends at Qualitech Computers, official technology provider of Nobody Cares. Shout out to Adam Manoni and the crew over there, 199 3rd Street, Staten Island, QualitechComputers.com. It's a 0-0 ball game, 1:26 to go here. 1:26 to go here in the first quarter of play. What do you got, pal?
I was hitting buttons like a 2-year-old. My bad.
No, it's cool. You were eating Cheez-Its. So I got you. I could do that for you. I got you.
My bad.
I wonder if there's an easy mute. Probably one of those buttons. I'm terrible at my job. Anyway, give his right side to the tailback. Yeah, he runs towards the boundaries, and he picks up about 2 on the play.
And he was tackled by the entire Eagles defense. Guys are jumping the pile there, joining in. It's an aggressive play. Not the biggest crowd here this on a Saturday afternoon, Dan, but a raucous and loud crowd.
I hate to bring up sore feelings, but I have a feeling that many people, a combination of a late start today and a late local professional baseball game last night, people just a little bit hungover today. It takes a little while to get going. I didn't say they had names or anything. Everybody.
He threw 2 pitches. Both very eventful.
Why did you do it to us, Jesus? On a 2nd and 7, throwing down the right sideline. That ball is incomplete, nearly caught by Jaden Simpson. It appeared that he was close to making the catch, boys, but was bobbling the ball as he made the catch, and he was out of bounds by the time he retained it.
I mean, we obviously we don't have a great angle referee, a better angle than us, but if you need 1 foot in high school, Peach, I think he might have had that.
You know what? From here, it looked like a great catch, but this St. Peter's secondary, they better get themselves together right now, because if I was the offensive coordinator for Trinity, I would just say, you know what? Let's try to light the board up right here because you're 1-1. This is their third deep ball that they had a tremendous average to get the ball down there.
And offensive coordinator is Will Joe Lafette doing a great job coordinating for the Titans.
1 for 3 right now on deep balls. They throw a short pass here. It's deflected at the line of scrimmage with 26 seconds to go here in the first quarter. We definitely got to give a shout out. You know, we have people that are tuned in from all over the place. Well, shout out to Nanny Margie, tuned in from Southampton in Long Island. A big fan of Nobody Cares Sports Network.
Shout out Nanny. Great job. Southampton probably out there. You know, these guys, Trinity may not be far from Southampton. Who knows? Long Island is massive, though, so who knows?
Gentlemen, let's see what this kid has. I was talking early on with his field goal ability. This is this number 14. He's got a leg. Like I was talking about before, I played against Sebastian Janikowski down in Florida State. It kind of reminded him of him, of seeing what his leg is. So let's see what he does right here. I'm expecting a big boot.
Das Boot. Jace DeJohn gets a good snap, good hold, and a high arcing rainbow comes back down to earth. And it is going to be downed close to the 30-yard line for the Titans. That is
may have lost yardage.
That is actually a 0-yard punt. I believe, Mr. Peter Timmins, here in the broadcast industry, we call that the announcer's jinx.
Yeah, you know what? When you got a 25-mile-per-hour wind, by the way, brush fire warning I heard today, hasn't rained in 29 days. So maybe that, with the 25-mile-per-hour wind that you caught up with, that might have held that ball up because it was definitely high, infield, fly, no one out.
Peach and I have morning duty at IS-61 every morning. I have to stand outside. So I am a fan of the not raining. Thank you.
Unbelievable.
Valeli under center now, Peach.
First time not seeing shotgun all game. They give us to Williams rolling left side. He gets into the second level and then not much more. Picks up about 6 on the play. 2nd and 4 coming.
Eagles offense, there's been a whole lot of Williams early on, Peach, and you can't say anything bad about that.
You know what? I get if you want to be a running team, why would you do shotgun run? And that's the end of the first quarter. Why would you do a shotgun run where your running back has to come back 5 yards when you just go underneath and just give it to him right away?
And why do all that when you can just sit home and sit down with a nice, huge, massive cup of Main Street Coffee?
Nothing. Looking for our first points from New Brighton, Staten Island. Second quarter coming up. Nobody cares.
Jen, send some Diet Coke.
So thirsty. Did that fix that? Okay, cool. Well, welcome back to the broadcast booth, ladies and gentlemen. Just talking about how all of our shirts don't tend to fit too much any longer. It's tough. Oh, we've got what seems to be an offsides or a false start coming up here against the Eagles.
Yeah, that was a lever for the Eagles, a little aggressive. As I finished my Italian 4-cheese Cheez-It, which I highly recommend. Very delicious.
Yeah, you don't need to have to have a sponsor here to get a drop. You just need to have somebody addicted to your food. Give us to Williams on an end around on what they call the old jet sweep. And he looks to be close to the line to gain, but comes up just a bit shy. 3rd and 2 upcoming for the Eagles. That play works in college football, the video game, all the time.
Joe Montana football, certainly, back in the day as well. Again, as Peter Timmins points out, short yardage still in the shotgun.
Valele gives it to Williams, who slips, and a little sniper out there on the turf. Yes, instead it's going to be big man who comes up with the tackle, Danny Burgeon.
Flag. So many flags. Holding. That's holding offense.
So holding against the Eagles, you have to imagine that the Titans will accept the penalty. And it was a loss, just 2 on the play. Now this will back the Eagles up another 5 yards. So third and long or 12?
Third about 12, yeah.
I tell you, first and second down, guys, Eagles are balling. Third and fourth down, it's a completely different scenario of events.
Short yardage, Holy Trinity has certainly buckled down.
11:11 to go here in the first half. Vallely working out of a gun. Short receivers right in a trip set. Throwing it left. Completes it to Diaconi. Then the ball comes out. Refs are going to say he never had control. Incomplete pass. And we've got laundry on the field.
Okay, not sure what the laundry is, but I thought Diaconi came down with the football. Certainly, he made a football move and fumbled. I thought there certainly was a catch.
So they're saying they waved off the penalty flag there. The referee just, almost second nature and involuntarily shot that out.
Just throwing flags to throw flags at this point,
You know
I guess.
what, boys, real quick. It wasn't a flag. It was the spot of the ball. It was the white beanbag that he throws down to the spot of the fall of him potentially being a fumble of moving it forward.
He meant to throw the white beanbag, and he threw the yellow flag. No?
I didn't see what object it was.
It wasn't a yellow. It was the white beanbag.
He definitely threw something right in the middle.
He threw something.
I love the word beanbag.
Could have been a sock. Anyway, back to the action. It is a 4th and 12 for the Eagles. Will they have a turnover on downs again? Vallely under pressure, rolling to his left. He has a man. It's complete to Weinberg. First down, moving inside the 5, and first and goal for the Eagles inside the 1-yard line. What a play on 4th down.
And Vallely showing veteran poise and patience beyond his experience. Looking downfield, beautiful touch on the pass. And Weinberg does the rest. Big play and a much-needed play for the Eagles on 4th down. Now, they've struggled on short yardage here, and like Coach Timmins has said, we'll see if they go under center here and just try and smash this thing home.
Just give it to 6.
And they will not. They will shotgun.
Working out of a gun, they give it to Williams running a gap. He lowers his head, and we've got a touchdown. First points of the game go to the Eagles.
We're going to need to get stats at halftime, perhaps. I don't know how many career touchdowns Jeremiah Williams has, but the amount of times, Danny, you or I have had to say his name after a score is tremendous. The kid just knows how to move forward and fall forward. He's been doing it for 2 consecutive years, and it's been our pleasure to watch. 6-0 Eagles.
First touchdown of the game is brought to you by our friends at Comfort Solutions. Shout out to Jack Carlson.
Yeah, Jack.
Air conditioning specialist. For all your needs, reach out to him today. Proud supporter of the Nobody Cares Sports Network. As an extra point upcoming for the Eagles.
Carlson, a big part of the Eagles' offense here, too, heavily involved in the program. Wide receivers coach, amongst other things, as that ball goes right off the weight room.
You want any kind of services when it comes to air conditioning, heating, you reach out to John directly. 917-560-6195 with 10:31 to go here in the first half of play. The Eagles strike first. 7-0 is our score when we come back.
John Carlson doesn't age because he drinks a lot of Main Street coffee.
No, he doesn't age at all.
All right, as you hear the crowd shout in the background. Peach, I keep looking at the sideline for Holy Trinity. Number 60, Lucas DeZolin, 6'1", 210 on the sidelines, injured. 54, looks like Samir Pasteur, sidelines, injured. A lot of injuries here. Number 77, big kid. Don't even have a number for him, but he's a big dude on the sidelines. A lot of injuries here. You can imagine at full strength it'd be a lot different story here from a size perspective.
You would think that, some of these players that you see on the sidelines, size-wise, does make a difference. And I'm not sure their positions, but obviously every player helps.
Oh, here we go. Eagles kicking off. A little pooch down the middle is going to stop just short, but I picked that up. Not sure what he was thinking there, letting the ball just bounce around the 1 yard line. The Eagles are going to pin him deep inside the 5. mental breakdown by the special teams there for the Titans. My goodness, Pete, you got to pick that thing up and run with it.
You know, it's not a punt. You know, like, you got to realize that's a live ball.
That ball is live, yeah.
Yeah, and he kept looking at it, was bouncing around, and these St. Peters, they were flying down, going to get that ball.
So the Eagles special teams, shout out Coach Ray Constantino, one of the best guys in the industry and certainly one of the best coaches, has his guys ready to go, although I'm sure he's furious about the snap earlier in the field goal attempt. Punt team certainly making up for it. So it's going to set up the Titans inside the 5. We have a long way to go here against a tough Eagles defense, Danny.
Crucial moment upcoming here, fellas. It's making me hungry. Shout out to our official sponsor at Duffy's on Forest Avenue, best burger in New York City. Special thanks to Cormac, Eddie, and the gang. First and 10 for the Titans inside their own 5-yard line. Ball's placed at the 4, working out of a gun. Dangerous territory. They give us to the tailback. That's Enoch Thomas. He gives them a little bit of breathing room. As a matter of fact, he picks up more than enough as it's a 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3 coming up.
Big yardage there, like you pointed out, Dan. Just give themselves some more room down here on the goal, towards their own goal line. Will make second much more manageable, kind of opening up the playbook here on second down for Patrick.
Jen Ray wants Diet Coke, and the rest of us will take whatever we can get, but we're very thirsty. Thank you.
Love you, Jen. You're the bestest.
We know West Virginia can hear us. Shout out to her son in West Virginia, no doubt watching.
Is there nothing better than sitting in West Virginia while watching your former school play some high school football? I couldn't imagine. You know,
on a day like today, you know what the leaves must look like down there in John Denver country?
Oh, great foliage, boys. Great foliage.
It's got to be good times. Just imagine going back, being a high school freshman in college, enjoying a nice Saturday afternoon. Perhaps some kind of natty light or some bush.
I imagine things don't hurt quite as much as
nothing
they do.
hurts. No, nothing hurts.
Sounds like heaven. Working out of a gun. Fumble Ruski in the backfield. Who comes up with it? Looks like the Titans still have control of the pigskin. Instead, at the end of that debacle, we've got a 3rd and 10 upcoming from the original line of scrimmage. Ball's placed at the Titans' own 4-yard line, and the Eagles lead 7-0. 9:12 to go here in the first half.
Offensively here, you got to find something downfield. You got to find something where you obviously want to put the ball in the hands of Simpson or Cruz. The bottom of your screen, you're going to have Simpson, Cruz on the other side of the field. So we'll see if they can find some scenario where they got one-on-one coverage and Patrick can let it rip.
Just shy of Patrick, out of a gun, one-on-one coverage left side. He's got a man, and it's nearly complete. Off of the receiver's fingertips, Chase Cruz. He's the only receiver who's had success on the deep ball this afternoon, and they come up just empty again.
Everything you asked for pre-snap, put the ball right where it needed to be, just unable to haul it in, Peach.
You know, that's Cruz's second big drop that he knows he should have had there. He had one on the first quarter there on the sidelines that he dropped, and then this one right there. The theory goes, you touch it, you catch it. It was a great ball. Now they're backed up. Trinity's got to be very careful right here. Even if you're punting right here, he's got to back up a little bit.
Yeah, Williams going to return. Williams got
certainly
30-yard line hit there.
Yeah, certainly this lack of production isn't on the quarterback, Patrick, #.City, who now with a much better kick is going to be a fair catch by Williams for the Eagles. And they'll take over inside Titans territory. 8:34 to go here in the first half of play. 7-0's our score. Our booth today is brought to you by our friends at
Main Street Coffee. We are not back. Now we are back. We are right back here live. Vallely in the shotgun. Gives to Williams on the right side. Bounce it back towards the middle. Picks up 3 to 4 yards falling forward as he always does. It'll set up second down and about 6 for the Eagles, Peach.
You know what? Here's what St. Peter has to do. If you're the offense corner, you don't even worry about the pass. You have your offense line just dominating up front. Give it to Williams. Let him have 250 yards today. Pound and ground. Get out of here in this first half with maybe, score here and just keep giving him the ball. He's going to have a day, and the offensive line is actually helping out. So maybe a steak dinner at Roddy Dean's maybe tonight, maybe on Williams' part.
That's right. 44 Richmond Terrace, proud supporter of the Nobody Cares Sports Network. I like what you did there. 2nd and 5 upcoming on a play action. Valele's got a man downfield, one-on-one coverage. Overthrows Weinberg just a tad. I'll tell you what, that ball nearly intercepted.
Yeah, and not didn't put the ball in the space it needed to be placed into on that one, certainly for Valele. But good to see. The Coach Timmins wanted to give it a 6, and I certainly don't disagree. But also see the opportunity for Martha Christopher on the offense, looking to open it up a little bit more.
They went away from what, Pete was saying the Eagles should do with that ground and pound, and it shows. They were making headway, and they go for the deep bomb, and now they find themselves in a precarious situation, and 3rd and long, this hasn't worked for them. The gift to Williams, looking to bounce it outside, and he gets to that 2nd level. He's wrangled to the floor by Enoch Thomas. That's the running back, also playing safety for this Titans ball club.
Yeah, virtually all of the position players, or the skill position players, go both ways. So the limited roster, at least as far as health goes for the Titans, and they've held up so far really strong as the top team in the division.
Fresh set of down for the Eagles.
Williams flanked to Valele's left.
3 receivers to the right. The give is to Williams on a misdirection, and he is going to be manhandled out of bounds. No, the ref says he was tackled inbounds. They'll keep the clock running. There's a man down in the backfield injured from the Titans, and we also have Laundry on the far side of the field. So an injury timeout here as we take a short break.
Yeah, that was a
popped up. That's Ivan.
Popped right back up. Wow.
Ivan St. Mark popped right up. I mean, a horse collar on. Oh, that's not a good sign. If Williams is down that sideline, horse collar on the sideline there, Peach.
Yeah, that was a horse collar, and he was wrestled to the ground. Got his hands right inside that shoulder pad, and when you whip the neck like that, you got to be very careful. But I'm assuming that's going to be a 15-yard personal foul. I haven't seen the yardage being moved yet, but the sticks are being moved now.
Yeah, I gotta say, it wasn't what I would call a malicious tackle. Yeah, I said he was manhandled, that it was as he was dragged to the turf. I mean, these boys out of Holy Trinity just playing hard today. Like, we're not seeing an ultra chippy game, right? So I wouldn't say that was the kind of thing where you could say, hey, this is going to get out of hand, personal foul territory. It's just 3 guys going for the ball carrier.
And Williams in the game here, so no harm, no foul. And, yeah, I agree, Dave. Nothing malicious on the tackle. Certainly, sometimes you're just looking to make a tackle and you get your hands in the wrong place. But nonetheless, no harm. Williams in the game, back to Valele's left. Again, we'll point out, Salou is down the bottom of your screen all alone, one-on-one.
Not that much of a cushion as they had 10 yards. Now they give him 5. Aruda, the quarterback, checking into the game. He did not get the start today. He gets an end around going east-west. The second time they tried that this game, he gets not very much on that, maybe nothing, as a matter of fact. 2nd and 3 coming.
Just shows the vast difference between design runs or making plays on your own playing quarterback as opposed to runs when you're the running back. It's just a different style of running that Aruda not quite as accustomed to. Perhaps a little bit of a learning curve here as the Eagles work with Valele at quarterback.
Well, it's a single receiver up top. Weinberg close to the line of scrimmage in a near slot position. They give to Williams on a misdirection. He slips after picking up about 1 on the play. Now the referee half steps and goes back to the line of scrimmage. So this is going to be a 3rd and 4 upcoming for the Eagles. A long 4 at that.
Well, we'll see what the Eagles do here. You got to imagine 4-down territory with the wind. Not sure if they want to break out, especially after the field goal was botched early on. So imagine you got 2 plays to get 4 yards for the Eagles offense.
In a pistol set, Valele, play action, looks left, now rolling right, plenty of time, throws it towards the end zone, and it's in and out of the receiver's hands, as it was Weinberg who couldn't come up with the catch. A trio of Titans in the vicinity brings up 4th down. Now the Eagles send out special teams onto the field, and it looks like they'll be attempting a kick for 3.
Wow, this is mighty impressive here. They're going to snap it from the 20. Makes about a 37-yard field goal attempt here for Weinberg.
Right now the flags at the top of the field goal post, not moving around very much. A 32-yard field goal is up and good.
If that was 32 yards, the ball traveled 33 and a half, and the Eagles special teams will take it after the first one being botched. Got to feel good for Coach Cosentino, Capolo, and the special teams unit in general there, Peach.
I'll tell you what, going back to the previous play, he takes that ball outside, he gets the first down running.
It's actually a 37-yard field goal.
Yes, he takes that ball outside, he gets the first down. He threw that into traffic. He got very lucky right there. It was a great ball, but he did throw into a 3 coverage deep. And going back to the kick right there, I love the way St. Peter's is actually looking up to what may be moving forward of a kicking game that may win a game future for them.
I was just thinking the same thing, Pete. You know, you get confidence in your kicker heading into the playoffs, and only good things can happen. If you got yourself, drives sometimes get stalled around the goal line rather than being forced to go for things on 4th and 11, 4th and 6s inside their own 20. Having the opportunity to go for 3 and put points on the board like they have here, invaluable.
Doc, I was just going to say, I think that might have been the first 2 field goal attempts that we might have seen from St. Peter's in somewhat weeks, and they did it back-to-back, so I'm very, very happy to see what they're doing.
The last score of the game brought to you by Fast Track Auto Body, 550 Richmond Terrace Collision Repair and Custom Tins. Call them at 718-442-2964. That ball fielded inside the 20-yard line. Not much doing there as we are 5:16 to go here.
That's 5:16 unofficially, Dad. So we have the best in the business doing the clock here, but not the official. What's the guy's name? Bob. We usually have the legendary
that's Bob. The clock ref.
Gentlemen, can I just say something real quick? I just got a text. I just found out my younger brother is having a baby girl. I'm going to have a niece. So I just got a text right now. The gender reveal, I am having a niece, my younger brother, PJ Buckeye, my mother's son. Tremendous day for this entire Timmins Buckeye family.
PJ, girl dad, congratulations. That's
what a
awesome
tremendous
stuff.
day. Awesome.
Awesome stuff. Nothing like being a girl dad, as Peachy knows. Shout out to Layla Timmins, legend in her own right in so many different ways.
Holy Trinity looking for their first points of the game on a short pass. They throw it left. It is a forward pass, so it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 upcoming. That ball was intended for the receiver, Logan Figursky, a senior, 5'9", 165.
Logan Figursky. Sounds like he's a much better athlete than I am, that's for sure.
God, such a
Just
good
amazed how these kids get drilled, get hit, popped up like toast. I'd be a permanent part of that field after some of these hits.
Start the cop. Danny, you crying? I said start the cop.
Blow the whistle. Blow it, blow it, blow it.
2nd and 10 upcoming here for the Titans, and 3 wide receivers left, 1 right to give us to the tailback. Absolutely nothing doing there as it's Cosmo D'Amelio with the tackle. Big tackle for loss.
Tackle started at the 19, finished at the 9. My goodness.
Talk about driving your feet right there. That's what you call textbook tackling right there. I know he probably could have pulled up. I'm shocked the ref didn't throw a flag right there and saying, excessive tackling, whatever. But, that would have been number 11. Right now we're at 10, boys.
Oh, the flags just keep on coming.
Sloppy first half here for both teams. 3rd and long coming here for Holy Trinity.
It's been a familiar down and distance for the offense early in the first half. 3 wide receivers left, and Simpson at the bottom of your screen.
Working out of that gun, looking left. He had a man, and I think we heard footsteps here as he just hung out his receiver dry. Chase Cruz turns around, hollering at his quarterback, insisting that there was a miscommunication.
Perhaps. It seems to me like that ball was put in a catchable spot. Patrick kind of quit on the route a tad. And I think that if you're Josiah Patrick, you don't have much else choice here as you're constantly long down and distance.
Doc, I hope Cruz is yelling at his hands of like saying, what's wrong with my gloves? What's wrong with my hands? That's his 3rd catch that he probably should have had. Maybe he's yelling at himself of like, why am I not catching the ball? But that ball was a very well-thrown ball.
Titans are going to leave their offense out on the field, or are they? No, they're going to decide to punt it. That ball may have been partially blocked as a skying rainbow kick finally comes down to the earth. Outside, there's so much English on it that it's just completely stopped. The ball is down at the 38-yard line.
I tell you, after these punts, you can use a nice, cold, heaping cup of Main Street coffee.
3:57 to go here in the first half of play. Live from Harry P. Doherty Athletic Complex. It's 10-0 St. Peter's over Holy Trinity. Under 4 minutes to go here in the broadcast. First half, that is. This moment in time brought to you by DPM Contracting. Family owned and operated, fully licensed and insured, proud supporter of the Nobody Cares Sports Network. Shout out to Damian McKay. Give him a call, 347-612-5063. Vallely has a man down the right sideline. It is complete to Marco Arruda. The quarterback turned wide receiver this ball game picks up a huge gain on the play.
I was getting a text from the legendary Jen Kane, so I saw none of that. But Jen Kane will be bringing us beverages soon, so pardon me. I saw none of that, Danny. But great play by Arruda. Good to see Arruda get involved in the offense. You know, it's different when you go from having the ball snapped to you every play to waiting for your turn as a receiver, and Arruda doing a great job.
You know, this allows St. Peter's to open up the playbook right now. They're up 10-0. They're at about the 12-yard line, and this allows them to see what they have for next week and going for the second half.
Inside the red zone for the third time today. Vallely takes a low snap, and he gives it to Williams on a misdirection. Picks up next to nothing on the play. A 2nd and 9 upcoming.
Shout out to my guy Wayne Owen telling me Vallely. So apparently I'm butchering that. If I am, my apologies. I think that's what I'm saying.
That's what I said.
Danny's saying that. Certainly no. Wayne's calling me out. So all right, my apologies. Vallely.
Well, you can't make everything.
I'm probably butchering it left and right.
Happy,
Yeah, it's
you know
okay.
What I mean?
Well, you know, you can make happy. The boys down at LBI right now. I have my brother and Dream and all those boys down there celebrating their weekend of just college football, Sunday football.
It's awesome.
Yeah, enjoy, boys. Thanks for the invite.
We appreciate you. Sick invite, though. Seriously.
I like weekends.
Yeah, I like hanging out, sitting on couches. 2nd and 9. Arruda now working out of a gun. He's the quarterback, not wide receiver. He keeps it, spin move, diving towards the end zone. Is he in? Touchdown, Eagles!
Struggled a couple of times getting the ball as a running back on carries, but as a quarterback running out of the pocket, there's been no better player in this division for the last 2 seasons than Marco Arruda. He shows it there again, Peach. Touchdown, Eagles.
I'll tell you what, Doc, when you see him run right there, that's what we saw for the previous 6 weeks of when he scrambles out. He loves that little spin. He loves looking for the extra yardage, and he took his quarterback skills to a receiver skill right there, and he made that spin to get them 6.
Big place, both by Arruda there on that drive, Danny.
17-0 pending the extra point, and that one is right down Main Street. It is money. 17-0 is our score, 2:25 to go. And now, ladies and gents, a word from a proud sponsor of the network in Jay's on the Bay.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Chef Joe from Jay's on the Bay, located at 1189 Bay Street and Highland Boulevard in the heart of the North Shore. This year, we celebrate 10 years of community service and customer satisfaction. We offer fine dining, a custom menu that changes with the seasons, and specialty cocktails. Let our team of professionals cater your next party or school event. Jay's on the Bay, a certified DOE vendor, Rosebank staple, proud supporter of local sports. Nobody cares.
Love me some food from Jay's on the Bay as Brody Turnbull and the rest of the Eagles special teams kickoff squad journey out onto the field. 2:04 remaining here on the first half of play, and the 12th man making a heck of a lot of noise here come to life.
During the week, last week, I went down. I had, it was like a double cut pork chop. It had like I think it was a Berkshire pork chop. It had some peppers. Just, Dan, absolutely to die for. Jay's on the Bay, just one of the absolute best. They also have a chicken parm pizza. Like the dough is chicken and it's pizza, and it's just ridiculous.
I'd eat my own foot if it was covered in Parmesan right now. That ball fielded by Darnell Rink, and he's going to be mauled by the Eagles logo on the right side of the field. Turnbull and the boys make the stop.
Darnell just pops right up. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, forget about it. As now
got
Shane D. Cristoforo trying to get into the booth.
Now, Shane D. last time dropped a bomb in this booth, so we got to be careful we do a deal with Shane. The door is tricky, so Dan's going to get Shane in the booth. Shane D. Cristoforo, son of co-coach Mark Cristoforo, an offensive coordinator. We got Shane coming in the building. Hurricane Shane, as he known across the world. And YouTubers. Follow him on YouTube. That's Beatbox Shane from YouTube. He's a YouTube legend. All right, so Josiah Patrick will be back in the shotgun. 2 receivers set out left. Simpson flanked to his right at receiver. Give bounce up the middle is to Thomas. Gains a few yards as the clock ticks down 1:45 unofficially. And whistles blows, so there's going to be some form of a timeout on the play. Yes, timeout by the Titans. Peach, if you're the Titans here, you got 1:45, you're down 17, so any score, something to put some positive things on the scoreboard before you head in for halftime.
You know, Doc, I'm just going to just correct you. I'm sorry. It was timeout by St. Peter's. They're looking to try to get this ball back right here because in their mind, if they can try to get the ball back and get another potential score, there's no reason why Trinity would call timeout right there. They don't want to stop the clock. You know, they're second down and on their 34-yard line. So if St. Peter's in mindset can get this ball back and try to get a score, but Trinity right now, here's what they have to do. They got to go one-on-one coverage, and they have to just release it. They have nothing to lose. They're a 1-5 ball club, 1-6 ball club. Just for them, if I was the offensive coordinator, you throw it up, and you just see what your offense can do.
Well, it's 1:45 to go here in the first half of play. It's been all Eagles, but Titans have had a couple of opportunities here. It's closer than you think, than the scoreboard tells. Trips left. The give is to the tailback in Thomas. Gets close to the line of gain.
Oh, the Eagles are
and
saying they
ball
got
pops
that.
out.
Looks like it was blown dead. No, the referees seem to have no interest. Certainly got the yardage for a first down. So Thomas, big run. Clock will run. We'll see how much of a hurry up the Titans get into.
Rather than a fumble on the field, it is a first down for the Holy Trinity Titans.
So you have 6 and 3 in the bunch here in the middle of the formation. Expect them to be involved here from Patrick.
That third receiver is Ian Williams. He stops on a dime on a hook, and he drops the football. He is absolutely popped, however, by Cosmo D'Amelio.
No sooner did Danny finish the S in Williams was that ball on him, and a great play by D'Amelio in the secondary.
You know, this St. Peter's defense is very fast right now. And when you have the opportunity to be up, you can let the defense just be free-reined. You bring some blitzes, you do one-on-one coverage, and you just try to keep making plays. This St. Peter's defense has nothing to lose by going after the ball right now.
Well, can we talk about how this kid, Josiah Patrick, the quarterback, senior quarterback, has just been throwing dimes all day? Like, that ball was in between the numbers of the wide receiver's chest on a curl route. Now rolling to his right, he's got a man down the right side of the field, and it is intercepted! Vincent D'Amato with it, running across midfield, making a center step, tackled inside the 25-yard line. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Huge play by the Eagles D.
Hard to fault Patrick. The kid's trying to make a play, throws it downfield, but throws it into double coverage. And what a return there by D'Amato. That's going to give the ball with the Eagles to right inside the 30 with 53.6 unofficially remaining.
The announcer's jinx just crushed me there, Pete. Go ahead, take it.
You know what? I was saying it early on. This is why the St. Peter's defense had nothing to lose right there by doing a double coverage. They knew he was going to pass. Tremendous call by Clubby by keeping 2 back. And listen, still a tremendous ball, but great interception by the St. Peter's defense.
Shout out Jen Kane just dropped those snacks for us. God, she is the best in the industry. Vallely going to drop back. He's looking long. Has down the middle of the field towards Weinberg. Jump ball. Weinberg comes down with it. Touchdown, Eagles. Vallely, patience in the pocket, looks downfield, and Weinberg with the grab. Peach, that was gorgeous.
I'll tell you what. When you say, like high school football, and you see catches like that, the ball was up. Great defense, but the receiver went up and got that. You climb the ladder. They call that climbing the ladder, and that gentleman, he climbed that ladder to get that ball, and he came down with it, and that was a big turning point right now. Instead of being up only a 2-3 score game, now you're up a 4-score game, and Trinity has a lot to discuss in the halftime right now.
I think early on, St. Peter's imposing their will as this snap, kick up, and good for Capolo. Big last few minutes of the half here for the Eagles to extend this lead. And like you pointed out, calling timeouts on defense certainly worked. Going back to D'Amato. Great play on the interception. Oh, and Danny, we got a sponsor read? What we got? Oh, a sponsor's going to tell us all about
this is
something.
Jimmy McBratney, owner of Jimmy Mac's at 280 Watchog Road. We've been serving the Staten Island community for over 35 years. This fall, we invite you to the restaurant for our happy hour, which runs Monday to Thursday, 3 to 7, Friday and Saturday, 2 to 6. We have $2 drafts, $4 import bottles, and lots of what we call Max snacks at $5. Also, during NFL specials, we also will run those $2 drafts, and we have the $4 vodka seltzers. So if you're in the neighborhood, please join us. Jimmy Mac's, 280 Watchog Road, in the heart of Westerly, proudly supporting local sports. Nobody cares.
$4 import bottles? $4 vodka seltzers.
I'll tell you, it's even
I
better.
have a lots of $4. I want to go there.
Doc, it's even better at being a Hillside when you get the 15% off the pizzas when you have a party for about 35, 45 people.
I took my mom's birthday. My mom turned a birthday. I took about, I'd say, 17 people out to dinner. I paid the tab. When that check came, considering the amount of people, the amount of food we ordered, and the number it cost me, I was blown away. The McBratney family just does the right thing. You ever go to a golf outing on Staten Island, you will always see something from Jimmy Mac's. They always do the right thing in the community. And they have the food on Alumni Hill. Last week, Peach, those rice balls, I believe, were from Jimmy Mac's, which are unreal. So just a great family and great pillars of the community over there at Jimmy Mac's. Go check them out over on Watchog Road. Get the Who Cares pie. Best pizza on the island.
You know, Doc, when I saw you said the check came, I thought you were going to say you had alligator arms.
Listen. No, not me. I paid that bill, and it was not, considering what we got, oh my goodness.
Good rice ball.
I love a nice rice ball. Danny's not giving me the call here, so I'm going to just jump off here to Eno. Eno's going to look to bounce it up, left side, still on his feet, find some sideline, still on his feet, breaking tackles, and will get knocked down right around the 49-yard line with unofficially 32.9 seconds remaining. We had a food delivery to the booth, so lots of action going on. Danny turned into a waiter as Peach and I both now have glizzies and pretzels in front of us, which is always lovely on a Saturday afternoon with some high school football. So 30-some-odd seconds remaining, unofficially. Coach is telling the coaches explain. Yeah, see, on the field, the coach is furious at the official, but the official time is being kept on the field, not on the clock. The coach worried about what's playing on the clock itself. Anyhow, shotgun snap, 3 receivers right, 1 out left. Eagles bringing some pressure, looks over the middle, has a receiver along the left side. That's going to be incomplete, intended for Cruz, and will set up second down. Unofficially 23.2 remaining. 28, we're told from the referee on the side here. 28 seconds remaining, Peach. Ball at around the 48-yard line.
You know, if I'm Trinity right now, you got to go deep because I can almost guarantee St. Peter's is not going to try to look to score right now. I know there's courtesy in football, but I can see if St. Peter's even got the ball back, they'd probably kneel on it, just get through the second quarter. But throw the ball deep right here. You have nothing to lose.
Certainly, DeJohn pregame sure he can kick it. So, going to get the Eno here in the flat. Breaking tackles, finds something along the left side, gets one more block up the left sideline. Down the sideline will be tackled inside the 25-yard line, but you can guess it. Something exciting happened, therefore there had to be a flag, and I think it's going to be a flag. And a late flag comes along the sideline as well. That'll be interesting. Will it be against the Eagles, and will they offset, or is this double penalties against the Titans? Because the first one sort of looked like a hold, Peach.
Well, let's go back. It's 24-0. It was a tremendous run by the receiver right there. He cut across the field. He ran it for about 45 yards, probably 55 total from where he started. And at this point, the ref should just say, you know what, great run, but now isn't offsetting. It starts with the holding penalty. It was an intentional, looks like it might have been a late hit from what they're saying. Offsetting probably is going to be the call, and it's going to be back to the line of scrimmage for where it goes for Trinity.
Late hit on the Eagles there on the sideline, not what they needed there. If you're the Eagles, you played such a crisp half. Don't need that at all. You mentioned early on the kicking game. I mean, Jace DeJohn was booming in pregame. You know, if they can find themselves 30 more yards in a field goal attempt, 24-3 is a lot better than 24-0. So, well, they're going to move the sticks here, Pete. So perhaps the personal foul outweighs the other flag?
Yeah,
Okay, so not sure why the sticks are being moved because the first play had to be a holding against the Titans. But the sticks are being moved, and the line of scrimmage is now going to be established at the 40-yard line. Got to imagine we're about 15 to 20 yards away from field goal range. Unofficial time remaining in the 20-second range. All right, so here comes Patrick. If you're the Titans, you need this here for a chance to go in the locker room with some smiles on their faces. Deep ball has a man on the sideline. Well underthrown. Caught, turn up the sideline. And Jaden Simpson finds the end zone. Touchdown, Titans. Wow. Beautifully well designed. And that's going to put the Titans on the board and give themselves something positive to talk about going into the half.
You know, like I said early on, their secondary right now is vulnerable. And given Trinity the opportunity, they just went down in 22 seconds, and they went about 65, 70 yards, and they just put it on St. Peter's right there on two different pass plays. And St. Peter's going into this halftime better realize that Trinity is not going to just walk away and say, you know what, here, St. Peter's, take the win. They're not going to go down without a fight. They drove 2.5 hours here. They might as well fight and play.
Well, Jace DeJohn will line up for the extra point in a drive that the Titans needed desperately and made it happen. Good hold there, able to pick up what would look like a low snap, puts it through, and with unofficially 5.9 remaining, the Titans made this game a lot more interesting heading into halftime here, Danny.
There's no nets over there. Somebody's car just got drilled, and if that's the case, that's why you got to go to Fast Track Auto Body.
Fast Track Auto Body, take care of you.
Just came in like a missile. Well, I'll tell you what, we're just coming out of hurricane season. That's why you got to keep 1-800-WATER damage in your pocket. Nothing worse than water. Get it down, get it off the floor as quick as possible. Call our buddy Cosmo Martelli at 732-955-4232. That's 1-800-WATER damage out of Greater Monmouth County. Serving the tri-state area and a proud supporter of Nobody Cares Sports Network with just under 6 seconds to go here in the first half of play. The Holy Trinity Titans get on the board here. It's a 24-7 ball game. Two men back deep to receive for the Eagles.
Well,
Jen Kane, thank you. We
Jen
were
Kane,
dying.
Jen Kane,
all of us were very hungry and thirsty.
She's just the best. She's the absolute best. I don't know where her title is. Maybe we'll go unofficial team mom, but whatever you want to call her.
Official team
she
mom.
Is the official of officials. So nice. Her husband, Mikey Kane, a class act. Kane family, one of the best.
DeJohn with a squib kick is fielded by Williams. He fumbles it momentarily, bobbles it, now gets it back and turns on the full head of steam across midfield. It should be what is the final play of this first half. That's going to do it. This head coach, Gino Tassoni, is fired up here for the Holy Trinity Titans, and he should be. His boys are in this game. Couple of missed opportunities, and we're talking about a much tighter ball game. Instead, we're going to take a short break. Danny Chanod, Ray Palma, Peter Timmins on the call. You're locked in with Nobody Cares Sports Network on Local Live, and our broadcast booth is powered by our friends at
Main Street Cover.
Giddy up, Nobody Cares. Welcome back to New Brighton, ladies and gentlemen. Danny Chanod of Nobody Cares Sports Network on the call, working with our friends at Local Live, welcoming you to what is the start of the second half. 24-7 is our score. The Eagles lead the Titans as we prepare ourselves for the third quarter. Joining me for color commentary on the call, Ray Palma and, of course, Peter Timmins.
And the Turnbulls has got me cupcakes. This is great. I have cupcakes everywhere.
Unbelievable. I don't know where those cupcakes came from. I don't get it.
Mrs. Turnbull just brought me these two cupcakes here because at halftime I met Noah and Haley, who came up to visit us, Turnbull family members, and great to see Noah and Haley at the half. They were excited.
Is it Gelly was their last name?
You know, G-E-L-I. I didn't want to read it because I didn't remember how to pronounce it. I knew I would guess wrong, and I've already been called out today for going and pronouncing wrong.
I think it was Gelly.
We're going to go Gelly. Noah and Haley.
Let them send me the hate mail, but a big shout-out to them for coming up.
He does have fruit baskets in abundance to be sent out to anyone we do offend.
Well, I welcome you all. It's Mr. Momentum who's working on changing his address as, of course, it's more the Holy Trinity Titans that are looking for their reason to believe moment of the game, as that's brought to you by our friends at the Anthony Bavaro Believe Foundation. 682 Forest Avenue. Contact Jimmy Thompson to find out more information at 917-723-1460. Making a tremendous impact in the community and all they do. And I'll tell you what, boys, in Ray Palma and Peter Timmins here joining Danny Chanod in the broadcast booth, this Holy Trinity Titan squad with a reason to believe, having scoring a touchdown with less than 19 seconds to go in the first half, putting them back in this ball game.
Well, all of us, just talking with Pete at halftime and a few other guys, Josiah Patrick throws a beautiful football. But that's been established early on in the first half. Few drops, few times unable to finish drives, but they've certainly shown the ability to move the ball downfield.
It's an absolute laser off the tee, filled it inside the 10-yard line, and then everybody wearing black and gold joining in to make the tackle. The Titans will take over inside their own 25. They get the ball at their own 21 to start the drive.
Set their best, though. Get the ball, Pete. So if you're the Titans, you're just coming off a score, broke into the scoring column a little bit. First possession big here if you're the Titans.
Well, just talking to Clubby there right now, he realizes that his defense right now, they have a quarterback in this Trinity team that can rifle it and he can pick the seam apart. You want to go two safeties deep. You don't want to get beat by the long ball like they did in the late second quarter right there. And they have to be very smart and realize their execution is more important right now than ever.
Well, working out of a gun, it's Patrick. He's got trips right. The give is to the tailback on a misdirection. Stutter step goes east-west, makes a man miss. Now finds a little extra room outside the tackles. Makes something out of nothing there. Picks up about a yard on the play.
That is a beautiful 2 yards. I tell you, that is a tough run, not giving up. Turns something out of nothing, like you said, Danny. And, hard fought, we'll call it a full 2 yards. And that cupcake is delicious.
You know, boys, I just got a new pen. There was 13 penalties in the first half right there. And I'm going to switch from green to a black to see if we can actually change instead of going backwards. We'll go forwards here with these penalties because it was a lot of yellow.
Flag fest.
Anything's possible. 2nd and 8 for the Titans. Trips right. The give is, it's a play action. Quarterback is going to keep it on an option. Running right side, he's going to be tackled. That should be a first down for the Titans.
First time you've seen that today. Haven't seen him much as a running threat. Design run there, like you said on the option. Beautiful, and it'll get the first down. So the Titans moving the football, Peach.
You know, actually, if you, from my point of view and our point of view, if he would have took that ball up the sideline, the middle of the field right there, I think he had the block on the outside. He probably would have gained some more yardage because he has legs and an arm. Very dynamic quarterback we are seeing right now.
The senior quarterback, Patrick, switches the fields up, trips left now out of a gun, throws a short pass here, completes it to Simpson, who, after a stutter step, gets about 3 yards after the catch. It brings up a 2nd and short for the Titans. So
Simpson, the only Division I athlete to my knowledge on this field, and he's certainly showing it early on, or has shown it early on. and brings it into this second half.
All passing here for the Titans, finding success on this drive. It was one running play where it was Enoch Chalmers who really had to make something out of nothing, just a short 2-yard game. So likely sticking to the pass as we see the option yet again. Stiff arm, quarterback dives towards the first down marker. He's going to come up just a bit shy. 3rd and short upcoming.
Don't want to run an option near 27 if you're the Titans. Turnbull making plays like he always does. Going to set up 3rd and extremely short here for the Titans.
Tell you what, that's a very short tackle right there. He could have just high-stepped him and went the other way, but 2-7 makes a nice play on the outside right there. 3rd and short, boys.
2-7 and 2-7 to the Eagles defense is what 6 is to the Eagles offense over the last 2 seasons.
Sitting at left outside linebacker, Brody Turnbull, the senior. On a blitz now, they got a blown coverage. Nobody home. Complete to Cruz. He's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Titans.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a ball game here in New Brighton. Titans look dead in the water. Eagles jumped out to a 24-0 lead. Last 2 possessions, the offense has opened up. The offensive line has opened up some passing lanes. And the right arm of Josiah Patrick is showing some special things here, Peach.
Well, I'll tell you, I just said it before. If this St. Peter's defense doesn't realize that they have to keep 2 deep and not get beat what they just did again, this could be a lot closer game than you think.
I think what happened there on that play, though, is Ben D'Amato thought he was supposed to blitz, and that, stutter step that brought him up to the line kind of left him in no man's land, no over-the-top coverage. 24-14 pending this extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up. It is cash money off somebody's car for sure. And a penalty comes in as the kicker is laid out on the block attempt.
So interesting to see this probably to be on the kickoff whenever the penalty is assessed. Danny, that was Cruz on the catch, his 10th touchdown on the season.
24-14 is our score. A word from our sponsor at 44 Richmond Terrace.
Hi, this is Jimmy McBratney.
Oh, no. Here he is.
$4 drinks.
Hi, this is
$4
Danny
drinks.
Mills, Ruddy and Dean, American Steakhouse, 44 Richmond Terrace, supporting local sports. Full line of bourbons, tequilas, craft beers, and a superior wine list to complement our steaks. Looking to see you around our table soon or on the field?
I tried to get him to say nobody cares at the end of it, but he just stared at me in my eyes. And
Danny
I think we're good here. We're good.
When he's insistent, there's not much any human can face the earth can do. But I tell you what he does, bro. He runs a fantastic establishment.
Go down there. You get yourself a bourbon. You get yourself an amazing filet mignon. It's like a New York City, a Manhattan quality steakhouse right here on the North Shore of Staten Island.
A lot of versatility on the menu too. It's a traditional steakhouse menu, but also a few quirks. Lunch, you get a delicious fried chicken sandwich. You said the fillets are fantastic. A great cream spinach. And another place that around Staten Island, there's something to be donated. You can always rely on him and the great people over there at Ruddy and Dean's.
9:13 to go here in the third quarter. It's a 10-point ball game. Mr. Momentum has officially changed his address as the Titans out of Hicksville, Long Island, journeyed here. They were an hour late, bus trouble, and they intend to make a game out of it as they've got a short field here on the kickoff after a penalty against the Eagles on roughing the kicker from the last extra point attempt.
Oh, we see the boot from him. This could be good, Peach. Let's see what we get out of this one.
It's an onside kick. That's a ball is live, and the Titans come up with it.
You know what, though? That ball, that should have been a penalty right there. That ball was touched by Trinity before it went to 10 yards, and St. Peter's has every gripe to argue this. That ball was touched at after 8 yards of being kicked. That should not be a onside kick right there, and I think the refs should converse about this right now.
From where I was, though, are you sure that it
looked
touched?
Clean to me
it
too.
Looked clean to me. It looked like it came close to touching a Holy Cross man, but I don't think it did.
Chanod and Ray Palma have it clean. Pete Timmins and Clubby Near have it dirty. I'm going to go with those two over us, Danny.
100%. My opinion doesn't matter. No,
gentlemen, I was actually watching where that ball was. That was 8 yards. It was touched by a Trinity player, and that's an illegal touch. and that ball should be St. Peter's ball. And it did not go 10 yards. And from what I'm saying, I know the refs are discussing. I see Mark DeCristofaro on the sidelines. He's in a crouching tiger, hidden dragon little look right there.
He's calling for the curve. Look at Mark at 47 years old.
You hear it here in the Main Street Coffee broadcast booth. Peter Timmins is vehement. He can't be talked out of it. The referees on the field have to make a decision. And an explanation coming to both coaching staffs.
Somebody gonna be mad. I'll see who it is.
2 referees depart to speak to the Eagles, and 2 referees depart to speak to the Titans.
Judging by the much longer conversation, I'm gonna guess that we're gonna say it was touch, and possession is gonna remain with St. Peter's, because certainly looks like the Eagles' offense had on the field. Oh,
Titans defense coming out. I mean, what a gutsy call from the special teams unit out of the boys in white and green. Nearly pays off. Tomfoolery does not
Gino
prevail
Tassone,
here.
I mean, Gino Tassone so far showing constraint. Perhaps Tassone, in his heart of hearts, knows the ball may not have made it, and that's why he's keeping some composure, I think, here, because I would be losing my mind. So, clubbing near Peter Timmins and the rest of the Eagles staff, apparently on point. The ball must have been touched before it went to 10 yards, giving possession to the Eagles after all that excitement. Danny's going to do some mic surgery. We got Peachy live in the booth. Deborah as well, of course. Deborah always to our left. Valale's going to be in the shotgun, which has been customary for him for most of the afternoon. That bunch formation remains back out on the right. And the legendary Jeremiah Williams. Jeremiah Williams, 52 yards for breaking the all-time rushing record here at St. Peter's. And after that carry, he'll be about 50 yards away. That ball did come loose. They're going to say he was down. So Williams will get 2 yards on that play, creating about a 2nd down and 8 from around the 43-yard line.
You know, Doc, that's a shame right there, because Trinity actually had a possession of a penalty. They could have kicked the ball away. They're only down 10. I don't think the odd sign kick was necessary right there.
Not necessary, but, man, did they execute. Williams on the carry, bounces it out right, finds room along the right sideline, still carrying, and will stay on his feet going out of bounds after a gain of about 12, and they'll enter Titan territory at around the 46-yard line.
You know, boys, Williams rushed for 148 yards in the first half. So I think if you're St. Peter's right now, he just got 12 yards right there. So he's approaching about 160, 161 or so. This should be another 17, 18, 19, 20 carries easily for Williams this second half, and then just ground and pound and get out of this game.
Well, Williams now approximately 40 yards away from the rushing record. It looks like they're trying to get it here. Williams, the ball pops up and loose, and it's picked off in the air, spinning, still on his feet, busting it along the left sideline. He has one man to beat. He's going to walk it in. Touchdown, Enoch Thomas. And the Titans are right back in this football game.
You know, Doc, there is a penalty on the play right there. I'm assuming it might be a holding. It's going to be against St. Peter's, so that's going to be declined, and that's going to be a fumble touchdown, and we have ourselves a very, very interesting ball game right now where, pending the extra point, this could be a 3-point game.
Unconventional, unexpected, but the Titans defense with the stick on Williams. He doesn't fumble very often, folks, but he coughed that one up at a crucial time. This extra point, as Coach Timmins pointed out, is huge to cut it to a 3-point lead. That earlier Eagle field goal looming incredibly critical here, as now would be the lead. So, as you pointed out before the game, Pete, Jace DeJean pregame was booting from about 35-yard line, from 35 yards out. So a chip shot here, and a big one here with 8 minutes remaining in what has been an exciting and Titan-dominated third quarter.
You know, Doc, that run back right there off the fumble recovery, he made some moves for him not to just get the touchdown. He had to do spin, dodge, miss a few tackles, and he took it to the left side. And, gentlemen, buckle up. We're in for one.
Yeah, I mean, grab yourself something cold to drink and close the curtains. Find yourself a comfortable seat. That's a low snap. They're going to have to go for 2, and a big play on defense here by the Eagles to keep it a 4-point game. Oh, Doctor. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are from the Eagles Nest, 24-20. Night and day, first half into the second half. Our broadcast booth this afternoon, powered by our friends at Main Street Coffee.
I love me some Main Street Coffee!
Can a brother get some cold brew? Back after this. Nobody cares. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter of action. We've got a long way to go, and boy, is it going to be a good time. Want to make sure that you've got good coverage at your house. I'm talking about that roof. That's why you got to reach out to our friends at All Seasons Roofing and Solar. Shout out to Anthony Vento, servicing New York and New Jersey. Licensed and insured. Free estimate 718-200-1802. Proud supporter of the Nobody Cares Sports Network as well. A supporter here of not only St. Peter's Eagles, Farrell Lions as well.
You know, I just got a text from Rashid Simmons, owner of Onyx Cycles down in Jersey, and he just said I just jinxed a running back, and all of a sudden...
Oh, we got a live football there as that is fielded by number 30 out of the Eagles.
That ref
Number
threw that
0,
flag.
I
That ref
apologize.
threw that flag 17 yards. That ref's going to need shoulder repair surgery.
That was against the wind, too, boys.
My goodness.
Nick Scalaro bobbled the football and then came up with it. Laundry on the field.
Why would he
Peter
throw the flag
better
so
mark
far?
that one down.
He's still throwing the flag. This guy hates that flag.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold against the Eagles on the return. You know, sometimes the refs just look one way to make the call. I got to give a shout out to this crew because they're looking towards both sidelines to make the call. That makes our job a lot easier to relay that call to the people at home.
Good point there, Danny. I have noticed that they have been, paying attention to our side, which is very nice.
You go the extra effort; it really helps. So
Yes,
shout out to the
yes.
officiating crew doing a great job
It's
today.
the little things. All right, so the Eagles' offense has been stalled the last few drives. Fumble ending the last drive. But that fumble shouldn't have you lose any confidence in 6, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles go right back to 6 here.
I like how Pete shouted out Onyx, by the way. You don't got to be a sponsor and Nobody Cares to get a support local around here. You just shout out the businesses. We'll do it all day. Jeremiah Williams on the carry, makes a man miss in the backfield, gets to the second level, and they're going to move those chains. Eagles trying to eat up some clock and get Mr. Momentum back on their side. That's not going to help.
That is not a good
Williams
sign.
Limping off the field, asking for substitution.
Just going to say, if you ever want to see a run that encapsulates Jeremiah Williams in a nutshell, that's it. That big 8-yard run there. So Aruta's going to come in the game for Williams. So now it'll be interesting to see that does Aruta slide into that kind of number 1 running back slot here and be the guy next to Valeli in the shotgun. We'll see.
For those of you that not really paying attention at home, and who can blame you? Half Nobody Cares, half local live. Nobody does care. Aruta is the starting quarterback, now playing wide receiver this game. Give is to the tailback. He runs between the tackle and guard. That's number 22, Gabriel Muscolo. Picks up about 6 on the play.
So the Eagles stick to the depth chart. Muscolo's been the backup running back all year and has been mighty impressive when he's had a chance to get carries. It's hard to get carries when you're the backup to Jeremiah Williams,
who's back in the game.
Yep, so Muscola rips off 9 yards, and Williams says, okay, I'll take it from here.
Do you think Williams went to the NFL tent? Because he came back real quick.
He went in there, maybe.
Shout out to the training staff here for the Eagles. Top of the line, what they call sports science here.
Little bunch set. Haven't seen much action in the passing game after set.
Trips left. They throw it left to Weinberg on a wide receiver screen. He's got enough for the Eagles' first down, moving the ball into Titans territory.
Ian Williams, 15,
man slow to get
down. It looks like he's okay. Oh, that doesn't look. Oh, he's doing. Okay, is he all right? Yeah, he's 15. Okay, so he went back down. Yeah, he's not feeling great right now.
You know, he went to walk, and he realized, I don't think I should do that.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to Dougie for a second, and then all of a sudden he was back on the ground. So I hope that whatever this is nothing too damaging, and maybe a little cramping going on. He's been on this field for a vast majority of this football game, and I hate to see injuries affect this exciting high school football game anyway.
Coach Peter Timmins played college football. He certainly brings this broadcast booth up a whole notch.
At least we get some credibility, right?
We got to ask you, Coach, this game was 24-0 St. Peter's with 30 seconds to go in the first half. Holy Trinity scores a late first half touchdown. They come out and score a touchdown on their first possession in the third quarter. Brand new ball game here. What do you think has been the driving factor for their late success?
Well, I think here's what Trinity did. They went at halftime and said, boys, we can drive on this St. Peter's defense. We have nothing to lose besides our pride right now. They were on a bus for 2.5 hours. They were just delayed. And they said, you know what? Here we are with 35 players that came out into play. Why not just try to make this a game and give it to credit to the Trinity football staff and the players that they said, boys, let's go play a football game. One time, one down at a time, and anything can happen. And you actually, great transition from Anthony Valvaro Foundation, and you said, believe. And I think this Trinity team might have heard what you said because they're in a ball game right now.
Absolutely.
And that offensive line has a fantastic job of keeping Josiah Patrick upright, and the offense shown. Here, give it to Williams here, Danny.
Hey, running right side here. There's more laundry on the field. There's going to be swallowed up in the backfield. Should be coming back here as this could be a hold. It was number 15, Ian Williams, who was injured on the turf. He got up with the help of the training staff. It looked to be a hamstring injury. He is going to be okay. And we got to give a shout-out to Cassidy, who is the trainer of this Holy Trinity squad, doing a great job of keeping the kids healthy and getting them off the field and getting them back on there.
No easy task. Over at Newdorp, we have Amanda Kane, tremendous. When you have a professional trainer, it's much better than the coach who pretends he's a trainer, that's for sure.
It is going to be a 1st and 20 for the Eagles. The give is to Williams. He picks up about 4 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd and 16 now, close to midfield.
Williams chipping away. Again, haven't seen many shots downfield. Have had some success. Weinberg has caught a few. Only took one shot that I can recall. Salu's been on the field. He's on the field now in the huddle. Would be an interesting time to see if they might want to look for him on this 2nd and about 6. And he'll be at the bottom of your screen here towards us.
Well, he's the tallest receiver on the field, no doubt. Heck of a cushion there, but they can afford it on 2nd and 16. It's trips right, Aruda in that bunch. Vallely under pressure moves up in the pocket, and he was rocked by a trio of defenders, and that charge led by number 65, Danny Burgeon III. My man is having a game this afternoon.
I was just going to say that, Dan. This kid's making plays all over the field for the Titans, and you've called his name quite a few times for a variety of different tasks as well. He's making plays every way.
He kind of looked like the program, like he old school speared the running back there or the quarterback. It was a nice tackle, man.
Absolutely. He's making plays up and down this football field.
It's a 3rd and 16 for the Eagles. Saya Diocani and single coverage at the lower portion of your screen. Triple wide receivers tops with Aruda, Weinberg, and Hasillo. Vallely, plenty of time to throw. That ball nearly interception. A tip drill comes up empty. The Eagles are going to be forced to punt the ball, and the Titans are still in this ball game. They're going to get the ball back. 4:19 to go here in the third quarter. And comparing this game to the first half, it is a completely different ball game.
Give that credit to defense coordinator Will Joe Lafette and the Titans. After the fumbled last possession, the big stop here. Aruda back to punt. Pressure coming from 80. Ooh. We call him 80 because there's no 80 on the roster we have. Punt looks like it'll go out of bounds inside the 20 at around the 17. Man. So a good punt by Aruda in the Eagles.
Looks like Jerry Rice out of Mississippi Valley State.
That's a great call. That is a great call. Oh, my goodness. I'm not playing. I'm not complaining. Anyway, all I know is while we had this commercial break, there is nothing better than a nice steaming hot cup of Main Street coffee.
That's right. They got pumpkin spice latte year-round. Who else does that? Nobody cares. Back after this. I mean, Basically just play music breaks so we could pound Cheez-Its and lick the icing off cupcakes, but, you know.
If anybody can see Dr. Palmer's face, I've never seen so much cream going across those lips right now.
Pause.
God.
Back to the game.
It
My
was
God in
icing,
heaven.
boys.
1st and 10.
That's
The
crazy.
give is to the running back. I'm going to need.
It's Halloween. It's a Halloween cupcake, boys.
It is Halloween this week. Oh, I got to call out of work that day.
A lot of candy
Nothing
coming
worse
your
than
way.
a middle school teacher on Halloween. I can assure you that.
Gentlemen, let me ask this real quick. Do they go back to maybe a Ruta to quarterback?
I would not be stunned, Pete. It's a really good suggestion. The offense has stalled somewhat, and Aruda has not been as involved. You know, the one touchdown he has is as a snap at quarterback. So, fair question, Dr. Timmins.
I'm
We'll
not.
see what the
I'm not
Eagles do.
saying that we're playing a bad offense, but maybe you might have to just change it up a little bit and see a different dynamic.
Well, we've got trip receivers on the lower part of your screen for the Titans. A lone back to the right of the quarterback out of a gun. Give is to the tailback, and that's Thomas. Running right side. Beautiful spin move like it's Madden. Gets past the 35-yard line. That is a first down, Titans.
He hit the circle button in PlayStation on that one. Beautiful run there. And like
I didn't know that worked in real life, I'll be honest with you.
This is a whole new team here for the Titans.
Yo, I don't know what Gino Tassoni said to this ball club at halftime, but 24/7 he was yelling at him to get in the locker room. He said, "Let's go." And they were chomping at the bit, waiting at the door for the Eagles, respectfully, to take the field first here in the second half. And they're locked in, loaded here. 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Trips left now. They flip the field. The lone receiver down bottom, and they decide to throw it to the running back, who makes a one-handed catch, makes one mad miss, has a blocker, moves across the first-yard line to gain into Eagles territory. 1st and 10 Titans.
He spun that time right into Gregory Jose Martinez, and another spin there. The Titans have committed to the run. They've committed to getting the ball to Thomas, and Thomas has rewarded that faith with a big game this afternoon.
Pete, what a catch. A one-handed catch, knowing he was going to get hit, and he popped off of that hit and got yards after the catch.
You know, Mr. Chanod, I'm going to say this right now. The St. Peter's defense looks dejected. They don't have an answer right now, and they look confused and baffled.
Out of a gun, the give is to Thomas. He is going to run up the gut, and he picks up about 5 on the play. Seemingly everything working in a well-balanced set here for the boys out of Holy Trinity, Hicksville.
Well, you keep the flag in the referee's pockets and keep the pace. They haven't gone at a breakneck pace. They've gone at their pace the whole game. And in the second half, that pace has paid off.
It's a 2nd and 5.
Simpson's now at the bottom of your screen, while they have Cruz in the slot on the left.
4 wide receivers set. 2 split left, 2 split right. Lone running back. The throw is a short pass, caught by Williams. Makes a man miss, runs towards the right sideline, and that's going to be enough for a Titan first down.
Some of the Eagles coaches thought it might have been a false start. I don't disagree. It looked like Ian Williams might have got off the ball a tad early there. But nonetheless, the Titans continue to move this football. And we're going to give some credit to the offensive lineman here. 58, that's Stefan. So we go Stefan John. That's a cool name. Stefan John, number 58. I want to give some of these what's the word used for offensive linemen, Danny?
The hog mollies.
Hog mollies. There we go. Some of their kudos here. Nehemiah Hicks.
Well, in the first half, it was the Eagles that were winning the war in the trenches. Now it's the Titans that are winning those battles. As the give is to a new man in the backfield, that's going to be Victor Castellanos. He is going to be stopped after a loss of about 3 inches on the play.
Very interesting to give someone their first touch of the game down in a situation like this, but maybe they thought they catch the Eagles defense napping. No such luck if you're the Titans. It'll be 2nd and 10 from, we'll call it the 34-yard line. Yeah, it might be 34.
Castellanos coming and looking a bit like Mike Allstott in that situation. He is a much better linebacker, it seems, than running back, but perhaps the Eagles just sniffed it out. A 2nd and 10 here for the Titans. Trips right, a lone receiver up top left. It's going to be a swing pass to the halfback out of the backfield. He's tackled close to the 30-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, that chipped away. Got about 4 of the yards, Pete. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 from the 31. You got to get inside the 25.
You know, if they make that extra point right there, I wouldn't have been surprised if Trinity would have brought that field goal kicker out. But, you know, St. Peter's can't rely on the flag right now. They missed a lot of open field tackles, and it's not about the gang tackle 8 yards down the field. They're missing key tackles early on the initial line of scrimmage and allowing Trinity to get 7, 8, 9 yards past the ball. And right now, this St. Peter's defense, they're on their heels, and Trinity has nothing to lose.
At the end of that first half, it looked like the Titans were just getting something started. The third quarter was the Titans. All up, all down. We'll see what the fourth quarter brings as we head to the fourth quarter. Your score, the St. Peter's Eagles 24, the Titans 20. We'll be back with the fourth quarter, and all this is sponsored by the great people at Main Street Coffee.
Put your fours up, support local. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 4-point game.
No, sorry, 6 is 10.
Now, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the fourth quarter of action here from the Eagles Nest in New Brighton, Staten Island, New York City. Boys out of Hicksville, Long Island are putting up one heck of a battle, 1-6 on the season, looking to stifle the Eagles' hopes of a home playoff game. Patrick out of a gun. He's got a man down the right side. Touchdown, Titans!
With the pending extra point, that's going to be 27 consecutive from the Titans. And Peachy, we said it at halftime, Josiah Patrick throws a gorgeous football.
Dot City, Jaden Simpson on the reception. P, what'd you see?
I saw one-on-one coverage, and I saw a quarterback that can throw the ball, and it's just a matter of time before his receivers actually get underneath it. But that ball, for a high school quarterback, to make that and a reception, it's almost like a college play right there. You don't see that very often at high school level for a 40-yard touchdown like that on the right shoulder of the receiver.
I'll tell you, for the fans out of Hicksville that didn't journey to Staten to see this one, you're getting treated to an absolute stunner at home in your living rooms. It's the boys at a Holy Trinity that have taken their first lead of the game, and they're looking to add one more here with an extra point. A timeout now called on the field. Gentlemen, it would appear the coaching staff wants to get this one right, and what is a 2-point ball game, this good extra point will make it a 3-point ball game. They had a bobbled snap on the last field goal attempt, so they want to get this one right.
I guess, but I mean, you know, you got to have your extra point team ready to go. You're going to in a tight game, you need these timeouts. Burning one on an extra point, that's a little rough. But Danny, you're absolutely right. You want to get this right. With the score 26-24, looking to make this a field goal lead, PG.
I'll tell you right now, the way this Trinity team's playing, I have no reason why they should even bother with the extra point. They're not looking for a tie. They're looking to come here for a win. If I'm Trinity right now, I'm going to say, you know what? We just scored 27 points in the last quarter and 36 seconds. Why not go for 2 right now and let St. Peter's have to prove that they can actually do something? Now, they may be lining up here. Looks like 14's coming out to kick for, go up by 3. I actually would have liked to see them go for 2 and, go for 4 points. But, it's going to come down to a field game. We mentioned this weeks and weeks back.
Chase John out to kick the extra point, and a big one after a timeout. It's a high snap. It won't work out. They have to go for 2. And it's no good.
So then you burn a timeout to make sure you get it right, and you still don't get it right. So the first sign of anything negative for the Titans in the second half comes in the area of special teams.
Scores 26-24. And let's hear a word from a new sponsor of the Nobody Cares Sports Network.
Ooh. Who is it?
Hey, everyone. Jay Sykes here from Flagship Brewing.
Jay Sykes!
If you haven't tried our Wolfhound Nitro beers yet, you're missing out. Our beers are brewed right here in New York, crafted with Irish ingenuity, and served exclusively on draft in local bars and restaurants. And don't forget, Flagship isn't just about great beer. We know how to throw an unforgettable party, too. Reach out to us on our website, www.flagshipbrewery.nyc, to book us for your next event and let us bring the fun. Flagship Brewing Company supports local sports. Nobody cares.
Dana, you host a great event down at Flagship every year around Christmas time. There's a great fundraiser for Roy Christopher recently at Flagship. I've been to a lot of events down at Flagship. Shout out Ricky, Greg, and Maddie McGinley, Jay Sykes. Great to hear Flagship on board as a sponsor. And just as a guy, Jay Sykes is one of those people just gets it in life. You know, as a kind of human being of beyond all this other stuff. A guy that just gets it, and a great get for nobody cares. Getting a company like Flagship. Go out there, check them out. If you want competitive rates to rent a massive space that'll treat you right, go check that place out. Flagship Brewery, gorgeous facility.
They got a new podcast you want to check out, too, talking about great stories from historic taverns around New York City. You can check that out on the Wolfhound Nitro Pod. Is back to the action at a 26-24 ball game. That ball is going to be fielded at the 25-yard line. The Eagles looking to get it all back here as the return man goes right up the gut. Still on his feet. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Eagles!
With the Eagles offense reeling, Justin Ramos and the special teams decides to pick things up, and some much-needed points go on the board to knock off the 26-0 run by the Titans. My goodness, Pete. Special teams.
I'll tell you what. If you can see that 82-yard return, and I wish we had replay once again. One day we will have it. But I'll tell you, watching that live from where he was actually going to go down, he was running a 4.240 off the bat. He cut it right up the middle, and there was no one stopping him. He broke, and it was gone. He had legs for days.
He was dead in the water at the 45-yard line, and like you said, shot out of a cannon, ran a 40.
Mr. Chanod, it was something like they were saying, like, run this 4.2 and you're gonna get paid.
And by the way, there's dogs chasing you. Okay, got it.
The cops later quit.
Yeah, raw meat around your neck. Okay, no problem. Well, the Eagles retake the lead as quickly as the Titans got it. They give it right back on a special teams blunder, but one heck of a play by Ramos in this Eagles special teams. Now out of a gun, Valele throws it right side, and the two-point conversion is in and out of Aruta's fingertips. He's a quarterback first and a wide receiver second. That could prove to be huge as it stays a 4-point game, 11:38 to go here in the fourth quarter. No sponsor drop. You guys want to shout out one of your favorite businesses? That could be fun.
Sure, let's shout out Jody's Club Forest tomorrow. Marilyn Corson, one of the finest people on God's green earth. She's helping run a fundraiser for breast cancer awareness tomorrow down at Jody's. I believe it's from 2 to 6. I know they're running some 50-50 stuff like that, so please come on down to Jody's tomorrow in honor of Marilyn. It's honor of Marilyn, not just Marilyn, but all the women and men. I imagine, do men get breast cancer?
Breast cancer awareness month, I believe. Oh,
it's
yeah,
breast
men
cancer
can get
awareness
it.
month. Sure,
Yeah.
I would think so. But anyway, I'm sure it's more prevalent in women. But either way, go on down. A fundraiser for a great cause for a great lady.
I
And
like that.
Jody's Club Forest tomorrow, 2 to 6.
Hey, what do you got?
Doc, I'm going to second that emotion. I wear pink the entire month, whether it's a shirt or right now I have a pink headband on. I have some different colors. I'm like a rainbow for what it is. But this Breast Cancer Awareness Month is a tradition and a beautiful thing to represent. We're not here, boys, without the women in our lives. And you have to support all the awareness of breast cancer has to understand, offer, and donate for everything they need. Because once again, gentlemen, we're not here without the women.
Fantastic drop, boys. From now on, we're going to do that. We're just going to ask you to name random businesses because that was a good one to mention and a great cause. Make sure you go tomorrow. That ball is bobbled at the 10-yard line and then picked up. Watch out now, every Eagle in the vicinity. Make sure to make that tackle. No chance that the Titans are going to be able to respond with special teams there. They'll have to go the conventional way. Down 4, 11:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. What do you think they're going to do here, Pete? They got to go back to that pass that works so well for them or mix it up?
Well, you know, you have to obviously rely on the pass, but you have a whole quarter right now. You have to keep the defense honest. if you're clubbing the air, you can already see they're going to go back to 2 safeties and hopefully not get beat. But you can't just rely on the pass every time. They have to mix it up and keep the defense honest. And we'll see what happens, what they do. But, you got to mix it up. They're 2 safeties deep right now.
Working out of a gun, Patrick decides to give it to the tailback on a misdirection. This is Simpson, who picks up next to nothing on the play. 2nd and long upcoming.
They've been, with Thomas on the ground especially, they've been committed to the run, but it's been the right arm for Josiah Patrick is going to be the way to come back here. Down 4, plenty of time here on the clock.
It's always good to keep the defense honest, though. You never want to let them know that you're intending to pass.
And they certainly have. And Thomas has gotten his share of carries and has produced 5'9", 175 senior.
Trips right. Logan Fagurski, a part of that crew, is Patrick rolling right. Throws it left and throws it right, and it's picked off. Eagles come up with it. A massive play on defense.
Vincent D'Amato, just a ball hawk for the Eagles secondary the last few seasons, does it again. And a huge play by the Eagles secondary, Peachy.
You know what? This is something that it's a cornerback safety's dream. And it was a well-thrown ball, and for the defender actually to make that catch, because that ball was rifled once again, that was a phenomenal catch on his part, and it gives St. Peter's a tremendous opportunity right now to punch this in and try to build their lead up right now.
Kind of the first time we saw Josiah Patrick on a design rollout. Maybe not the best of times to break out new things when everything was working so well.
Laley out of a gun, gives it to Williams with a full head of steam. He takes this right up the gut. House call. Touchdown, Eagles.
That'll be Jeremiah Williams' 2nd touchdown of the game. With the 30-yard gain, I'm going to get a stat check here and find out, but he's approaching the all-time leading rushing record for the Eagles. Jeremiah Williams does it again, Peach.
You know what? Take away the fumble that he has. The best running backs in the world, they fumble the ball. They give it up. It is what it is. But for him to come up and just come over his adversity and come up the seam and score right there, what a momentum building right now for St. Peter's offense. And yet a couple offensive line limping around. But guess what? They got up and they just kept going back to the offensive line right now and saying, let's go.
They're back up by 10, trying to make it 11 with the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is cash money.
All right, stat check. My math was off, as usual, as I am a 65 math student at best. Jeremiah Williams is now about 150 yards away from the all-time rushing record. Has over 200 this afternoon, Danny.
He's balling.
He does not need it, but even he would love to go have himself some nice Main Street coffee.
37-26, the Eagles back up top. 4th quarter continues after this. Nobody cares.
All right, we are back here for the kickoff. The Eagles, with some big plays, have opened up an 11-point lead, 37-26, unofficially 10:34 remaining. Kick is up, kick is along the right side. Will be fielded there by Cruz. Cruz looking to run along the right side. He's tripped up, taken down just at around the 20-yard line. So, Peach, if you're Holy Trinity, things have happened quickly. After just as quickly as they gained the lead, they gave the lead right back.
Well, right now, listen, you got 10 and a half left. You got to start realizing, okay, it's a 2-possession game. You're going to have to move the ball forward. You're going to have to let the receivers be one-on-one. And St. Peter's defense, don't give up the deep ball. That's the bottom line. Keep the play in front of you. Maybe bring a blitz, bring some pressure on. But St. Peter's, once again, don't give up the deep ball right now.
Patrick's going to have Simpson out to his right by himself. He has a little safety help there in Ramos. Give us to Enoch, finds himself some room up the middle, spinning, turning, and turns that into about a 5 or 6 yard gain. Enoch Thomas has been mighty impressive today, this afternoon, gaining positive yardage, falling forward. In this instance, looks like it didn't fall as forward as I thought, about 4 yards. It'll set that up about second, and we're going to call it 6 from our vantage point.
You know, it looks like Trinity keeps going 3 wide, and either they're setting it up for a long ball across the middle. They still have the receiver on the flank side, and
Patrick goes to that right side. Pass is complete and will get the first down. So Simpson takes advantage of the soft coverage on the right side. Good look by Patrick, although is it not a first down? That yards marker looks like it's going to be just short, actually. It's going to be 3rd down and what looks to be less than a yard. And maybe they're going to call for a measurement here, Peach?
No, it looks like about 6 inches short.
Okay, so they're going to call it 6 inches short. They're going to stay. Josiah Patrick wants the call from the sideline. Remember, they burned the timeout on the special teams earlier, so at most 2 remaining here for the Titans. Snap Patrick gives to Thomas. He has room up the middle. That tough yards will get him the first down with the ball coming out to the 35. Looks like it may have popped out, but he was down by contact.
You know, Doc, this Trinity offense, they found momentum the whole game, and they just shot themselves in the foot a couple times with some interceptions, but they found a way to move the ball in the last quarter and a half, and if they just find a way again to keep it going, this might be another one-possession football game.
So same formation, the trips left, and they have Simpson by himself at the top of the screen. Thomas will be flanked to his left in the shotgun. He's back. He's looking along the right sideline. Has again completed along that. So Simpson again. Simpson's got a steady diet of catches. No surprise that he's the Division I athlete on the football field. It's going to make it 2nd and short yardage here, opening up the whole playbook. But the Titans got to move here. 8:25 unofficially and counting, and what is a 2-score game?
You know, Doc, know how hard that throw is across your body to go to the other side of the field and throw it 30 yards like that?
And put it right between the numbers as well, Peach. Yeah, absolutely. He's been very impressive all afternoon. Give us to Thomas. Thomas looking to find some room. He'll be swallowed up by the entire Eagles defensive line there. And not what you need if you are the Titans. Are going to make it 3rd down and about 2 from the 38-yard line.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that play right there. If you needed 2 yards, you have an out route. You've been picking them apart. And, you know, St. Peter's keep the ball in front of you. But when you're 3rd and 1 or 2nd and 1, you don't want to go backwards right there with a run play like that.
Got to question the pace a little bit here, too, Peach. Huddling up. They're coming out of it as if it's, you know, the middle of the 2nd quarter. You know, maybe not a hurry up, but they've got to get things moving here. Nonetheless, it's going to be 3rd and 2. Patrick will be in the shotgun. Looks along the right side. Beautiful pitching catch there. Breaking tackles along the right sideline. Has Ramos to beat. Beats Ramos. Back right sideline. 20-10. Stays on his feet. Falls forward. Is the referee going to draw him down? He's going to, looks like he said he stepped out of bounds there, Peach, at around the 8-yard line. Beautiful run there by Simpson. Is that 3 or 6, Peach? 3? That was 3. Beautiful run there by Simpson. Pitching, catch, and the Titans are knocking on the door here.
And this is the problem, what I said before. You can't rely on one-on-one coverage. You have to have a safety over the top for that not to happen. And I get they spreading the offense out, but one-on-one coverage, this is what's going to happen if you rely on that. And right now, Trinity has them dialed up.
So the bottom of your screen is Cruz. Cruz has a lot of space on the bottom. They're going to spread out a little bit more, which puts Simpson's up top. He's going to look that way, takes advantage of that space, breaks it across the middle, turns, spins. That is a touchdown. Chase Cruz, I believe his 2nd of the day, which gives him 11 on the seasons. And the Titans are right back in this football game at 37-32. 2-point conversion, I would imagine, pending here to make it a 3-point game.
You know, Doc, I don't care what anybody's watching right now in terms of the game itself. But if you're a recruiter for any Division 1, 2, 3 football program, you got to take a look at this quarterback right now. His arm is absolutely on point. Even the routes that he's missed is by a yard or receivers not catching the ball. This quarterback is very dynamic in the high school level and a tremendous arm. You don't see this very often.
And again, we're going to keep trying to remember to point out the offensive line. Another name, Justin Hogan, the offensive line there. He's the center. Done a tremendous job this afternoon, or at least listed as a center on the sheet here. Anyway, shotgun here, a 2-point conversion, cut it to a field goal lead. Give us to Thomas. He breaks it up the middle, turns, falls forward. I thought he had it, and he did. Successful 2-point conversion for the Titans. Has this thing at a 37-34 lead with 7:03 remaining here, Dr. Timmins. One possession, field goal game, anybody's game. This has been quite the second half there, Mr. Timmins.
You never thought it was going to be 37-34 when it was 24-0 with 36 seconds left in the first half. That you would think they would have 34 unanswered points, and then St. Peter's getting that, run back to get their only touchdown, and then another interception. And here we are right now with a 1-6 ball club with nothing to lose, and St. Peter's with everything to gain of getting this win and a playoff home game guaranteed. But it's not what the standings say. It's what's on the field right now. And this St. Peter's team right now has to realize you have 7 minutes. You have to keep control of the ball. You have to make sure that you're not making stupid penalties and mistakes, and just follow what the coaches and your instincts are.
Well, Jace DeJohn, a big kickoff here now. No need for a onside, but certainly always a possibility. I'll give a quick shout out back to the house. Good to hear from Eve and Wu-Tang watching at home. I hear there's some big ZD coming tonight. Can't wait to be home and see that. But for right now, we have some time left in this football game. Not going to kick it deep. A little odd squib kick, which is bouncing around. Live ball, dangerously letting it go, but picking it up and looking to break it along the left side. Still on his feet, up the sideline, busting it back towards the middle. Tackled from behind. Great tackle there by Logan Figurski at the end there. And a return by Scolara. The Eagles' special teams have been tremendous this afternoon. We'll put the Eagles on a short field inside the Titans' 30-yard line.
Doc, that went from a ball that was live that it was a little confusion. Should I pick it up? Should I let it go out of bounds? Should I just pick it up? And he winds up picking it up. It almost gets tackled there. And what he does, he takes up the sidelines, cuts across, and now St. Peter's in a very good position right now at the 31-yard line. And right now it's their game to lose, Doc.
All right, so here's the next question. Is Vallely in the game? Vallely stays in the game at quarterback. You had mentioned, I would think, perhaps they might go to Ruta back at quarterback and go some ground and pound, but they're going to stick what's got him here so far, which is Vallely taking most of the snaps at quarterback. The give is to Ruta. He's going to look to bounce it along the left side. He has the left edge, gets out of bounds, which may not be what the Eagles quite want here, although the clock will still run with this amount of time left in the football game, I believe. Out of bounds, going to set up second and about 5 from the 25-yard line. Second and about 4. Has to get just before the 20, around the 21 for a first down.
That's the second time they gave a Ruta that play. And I'm not against it, but when you have Williams back there with 200 and something yards, and Ruta runs the ball very well, but Williams is your guy right now. You want the ball in the best of running backs, and you got to just keep it to Williams' hand and let him go with it.
Well, Williams is going to be flanked to Vallely's left. Again, indicate the bottom, I should say salute, at the bottom of the screen. That bunch formation remains up left. Danny Chanod is going to join us back here after dealing with some of the routine maintenance it takes to run a broadcast.
Well, I'll tell you guys better start thinking about who your buy-a-bar game MVP could possibly be.
Williams looking to break it here. Falls middle, falls forward. But the Titans defense swallows it up here. We'll put it down at third down. And now we go with the 3-point game. The field goal certainly a factor. Don't think they're in field goal range right now with the wind.
Super windy. Now it's definitely 15 miles per hour.
It looks like the wind is going somewhat in that direction. So I'm fascinated to see if they gain no yardage here. Would Coach Christopher have the confidence to attempt the field goal that would be beyond the depths of 40 yards? Unlikely, I would think. Anyway, Vallely in the shotgun. Billy on the fake, give us to Williams. He's bouncing along the left side, back towards the middle, and a huge run when the Eagles' offense needed it. And that looks like it should be good enough for a first down. And Jeremiah Williams continues to pour it on. He is now well north of 200 yards rushing on the afternoon. You said, Peachy, give it a 6, you'll get 6, right? Well, the Eagles knocking on the door here. Ball inside at about the 14-yard line.
Yeah, you don't stop right now. You just you run the clock, you give it to him, and hopefully that you want to get in the end zone right now.
Lily getting the call on the sideline. Not sure where it's coming from, either Cristoforo. Say that one more time, Murph. 222. That's a nice number. 220. That's 222 more yards than I ever had. That's for sure. All right, Valili patiently in the shotgun. Give this to Williams. He's going to bust it up the right side, turning. He's going to go untouched up the middle for about 15 more yards. And the third touchdown of the afternoon for Jeremiah Williams, Peter Timmins.
Yeah, I think it's very simple right there. If you want to rely on a running back that is going to literally break his back from start to finish and go to the end zone, 6 is 6. And I said this from the week 1 when they played Susan Wagner. This young man is on pace to absolutely destroy St. Peter's records, touchdowns and rushing.
Yeah, he's now probably about around 100 yards shy of the all-time rushing record. Kick is up, and wow, looks like they got it off, and it's good, and took out a Ford over there. On I don't know what the name of that street is over there. I'll have to look that up. Anywho, the extra point's going to make it 44-34. With 5:10 remaining in what's been an up and down, adventurous, and extremely high-scoring high school football game.
I don't think anybody would imagine that it was 24-0 at going with 19 seconds left, that this score right now will be 44-34 with 5 minutes left to go. If there was a second wager of an over, you'd be like, no, defense is playing good. No way, even if you put the over-under at 45, like, no one's scoring 45 points right now. No, a team scored 34 alone, and then you add another 20 on top.
What's fascinating to see, you go Valeli at quarterback with the change. Now, it hasn't resulted in much individual success for Arruda, but it's opened up Williams so much, I guess, just having that threat of more of a pocket passer. And I think Arruda's done a fantastic job doing a lot of little things you may not see as far as blocking out of those bunch sets and things like that. And he had a big run that possession there. So the offense is a little more diverse. And you see, anytime you put 44 points on the board with 5:10 remaining, you're certainly doing a great job offensively.
Yeah, well, it also doesn't look good for the defense. They gave up 34 points in, almost little less than 2 quarters. But I'm sure Clubby has a little something up his sleeve to do a little prevent of maybe putting 2 safeties or 3 safeties back.
Simpson looking to make something happen, spinning up the middle, and he'll be gang-tangled by the entire special teams. Nicky Neer in that pile of people. Shout out Nicky Neer, one of the best hairs in the industry. Oh, he got a haircut. Wait, I take that back. I'm sorry. No, he had it in the summertime. He got a haircut. His hair's just average now. But at one point, it was very elite. A little jealousy coming out of Ray Palma. Danny Chanod, another one. Great head of hair. Jealousy all over the place.
Yeah, I got to get a haircut. That's just the way life goes.
Oh, with hair like yours, you don't need to. You just throw a little product in there, slick it back, and you look like Pat Riley in his prime.
He looked so sleazy in the 90s. I'll take that. It's a good compliment.
Oh, listen, it gets no better than that in the coaching fraternity.
So I'll take that. I used to get compared to Rosie O'Donnell when I was heavier, so I'll take Pat Riley in the 90s.
That'll work. 90s Pat Riley. The last time the Knicks were super good, and was super good again. And talk about that last night. Put a whooping on the Pacers. Somebody's upset in the coaching booth up above us.
No, nobody's happy up there. It's unfortunate.
It's cold up there.
10-point game. Yeah, movement here on the line. False start upcoming against the Titans.
I have consumed entirely too much food here. This is
word, yo. You have almost like the carnival diet. You have hot dog, glizzies, pretzels, cupcakes.
It was almost like Carnival Eats to my right over here. Yeah. It's the pretzel, it's the cupcake, it's the hot dog. There's rappers I don't even know that exist. I don't even know if that's actually an American company.
Trying
that
to give Danny the signal. Like, ask Peter a long question so I could chill.
I almost feel like if we had Guy Fieri here, we'd have similar commentary for the game.
No, I think I have Guy to my right, and then he then pops something else in his mouth with a Diet Coke.
You just need a flaming T-shirt and one of those stupid necklaces. Now back to the action on the field. Patrick is going to give it to the tailback, who is going to be swallowed up by the Eagles defenders.
If Diet Coke
ball
was healthy,
came out here, but the ball was should have been blown dead prior to that.
Real quick, if someone can take a picture right now of Dr. Palmer's setup over here. We have a 4 cheese combo, bottled water, a cupcake that I don't even know.
Mrs. Freshly's. This
right,
is
ready?
not your good brand.
Hold on. Then we go Diet Coke. We have 2 uneaten pretzels. There's a wrapper between ketchup, a half-eaten hot dog, and then another couple wrappers or something.
Well,
and
those are the cupcakes from Nowhere and Haley.
And then he's talking about a big ziti. Then he's talking about a big ziti made at home right now.
There is Big Ziti coming tonight, too, yes.
That Wu-Tang and the family cook.
Wu-Tang and Eve are at home on the chef and Mike, and Danny's got a nice video here of the setup. We do love it here. Anyway, Patrick going to be in the shotgun. He's looking along that right side. Throws another beautiful ball. Hit him right in stride. Did he catch that? Incomplete. Another beautiful ball, though, Dan Chanod. This kid's special.
Dart. You should just wear a T-shirt that says #DotCity on it.
I mean, just like I think I am unaware. Coach did not mention his college recruiting. It's his first year as a starter. Battled some injuries in previous years. Like Dr. Timmins said, there has to be a college football team somewhere that can use this young man his right arm. That's for sure.
He could go D3 right now and be a starter.
Listen, that's a wide college recruit right there. Even that ball right there, that was on his left side of his shoulder, away from the defender. Great ball, and you know, like the receiver comes down. That's another great play. This kid's got tremendous ability.
Yeah, Tal Marcel and everybody up there on the hill. Look alive out here. You got Talon out of Hicksville, Long Island. Patrick out of a gun throws a short pass to the running back. Picks up a couple on the play, but not nearly enough as it was 3rd and long.
Cosmo D'Amelio snuffed that screen right out and was waiting for it on the other side. Beautiful tackle there. And if you're the Titans here, you need to find something on this 4th down. Otherwise, it's going to be curtains on what was a valiant effort for the Titans here. Looked dead in the water heading to the end of the first half, got a late score, and then just continued to go on a run from there.
Yeah, the referees have asked the clock official, and by clock official, I mean Nick, the PA announcer, to
Nick doing a lot of jobs here this afternoon.
change the clock to 4 minutes, and that's what it reads right now. Trips right for the Titans. Single coverage at the bottom of your screen. Out of a gun, Patrick, plenty of time to throw. Throws it, one-on-one coverage down the left sideline. He's got a man. It's caught by Cruz inside the 5. Touchdown, Titans.
That is the 3rd touchdown of the afternoon for Cruz, unofficially from our book. It may be 4, Danny. He has gotten downfield, and Patrick must be well over 200 to 300 yards passing. What a performance for Holy Trinity! And let's not call this game over yet, as they convert on 4th down, and this game remains with an extra point. Field goal game. 44-40.
My man is slinging it like Cam Newton in his prime. He's got longevity in those strides as he is throwing the ball with ease downfield.
Wow, this has been quite the exciting game, Pete.
I'll tell you what. It's very frustrating to watch knowing it was 4th down on the 18-yard line with 12 to go, and they only had one way to go with it, and he throws it up, and a tremendous ball.
Nobody over the top with help coverage. Again, they need this kick to go after a bad snap. The hold is good. The kick is up and money. It is a 3-point game once again, ladies and gentlemen. 3:30 to go here from the Eagles' Nest in New Brighton, Staten Island.
You know who sells buffalo wings and really good sandwiches? The great people at Main Street Coffee!
We back with crunch time after this. Nobody cares. Welcome back to the broadcast booth, ladies and gentlemen. If you're an Eagles fan, you're no doubt upset, sometimes wondering why your safeties are playing in run coverage when they should be sitting back and prevent defense not getting beat over the top, because it was the home run ball that came up big, as Coach Peter Timmins said. The one play that this Titans team needed on 4th and long, they came up with. A deep shot down the left sidelines to Chase Cruz, who once again burns the Eagles defense. It's a 44-41 ball game, 3:30 to go here. And it'll be
Trying to see who's back deep to receive for the Eagles. It appears that they're anticipating a squib or onside kick here.
This is dangerous. He's going to back up a little bit, but certainly looks to be onside-ish, if nothing else.
Let's see how it shakes out. Instead, it is, in fact, an onside kick. It's fielded cleanly by the Eagles. They'll take over close to midfield.
Well, it's the aggressive to go for it, but there is only 3:27 remaining, so you like it, and you're trusting your defense, which has done a fantastic job here in the second half to get yourself 4 and out. I believe the Titans should have 2 timeouts remaining. I know they burned the one on the extra point later on, which ended up still not working out for them. So I believe they have 2 timeouts in their pockets.
I was starting to get tired, and then our good friends from AB Entertainment started playing Fat Boy Slim. I feel good again.
You know, if anybody besides 6 touches this ball right now, shame on the St. Peter's offense. He's the only one to touch this ball. That's it. Give it to 6. Let him just run the ball. No one else should touch the ball right now.
Hard to disagree with Dr. Timmins on that one. All right, Danny.
First and 10 for the Eagles. Vallely out of a gun and a pistol set. He fake passes, gives the ball to Williams, who picks up nil on the carry.
Okay, so they're going to call him early here, Dan. So they're going to look to extend this football game. They're going to call the timeout here on first down, and that's going to make it 1 timeout remaining, I'm going to guess. So that's going to stop the clock. Unofficially, 3:19 remaining. We'll get a time check from the referee here soon, Dan. So big stop on first down. Can they do it 2 or 3 more times?
Well, unofficially, 3:19 is right.
Unofficially, but again, we'll get a time check. The referees have done a good job communicating here as well, so it looks like one might be heading. No, he's actually going to talk to the coach and get an explanation. Wonder what that conversation's about.
Well, we know that's their second timeout. Don't forget that they burned a timeout on an extra point attempt that actually turned out to be unsuccessful on a bobbled snap on the extra point kick. So they have just used their second timeout here. They have 1 timeout remaining, 3:19 to go here in the fourth quarter of play.
I think if you're the Eagles, you got to agree with what Dr. Timmins said a minute ago, and you're just you give the ball to 6. Give the ball to 6 and see what happens.
Second and 10 from the Eagles' own 48-yard line. The give is to Williams. Stutter step. Moving to the right, stiff arm to the second level at the 35 and tackled inbounds. The clock will continue to run. First down, Eagles.
Brilliant run by Jeremiah Williams throughout. Brilliant run, and right at the very end, stays in bounds. Ripped off about 25 yards there. It's got to be approaching 250 on the day. Murph, can we get a number on the day?
And it's got now exactly 251.
251 rushing yard, Danny Chanod, for Jeremiah Williams. You and I have had the privilege of sitting up here in this booth for a lot of these yards, and we're watching an elite, historic player in this football program, Danny.
Gifted back, brother. It's got to be the shoes. I don't know, but kudos to this offensive line that day in and day out affords him the opportunity to get to that second level, and that's when the show starts. But as I always like to mention, the Hog Mollies up front, those 5 men who are battling it out in the trenches, they've been winning that battle at the line of scrimmage all afternoon, and it's proven to be the difference as Jeremiah Williams, once again, one of the premier backs in the Catholic High School League, putting on a show here once again. And will the Eagles finally be able to shake off those superstitious ways and get a dub in the all-black uniforms on home turf this afternoon?
That was the question coming into the season. Logan Kilty, the only returning offensive lineman. So 4 new offensive starters. We have the sophomore. We have a few different guys out. The sophomore and Althoff, amongst others. And this unit has gelled to play even better than the offensive line from last season. So, Dan, 3:09 remaining after the big Williams run. It'll be another first down. And like Peachy says, give the ball to 6 if you are the Eagles.
First and 10 for the Eagles. 1 receiver down bottom and a pistol bunch set. Give this to Williams, and he is going to be tackled for a loss of 4 on the play.
That was 51 on Nehemiah Hicks. Looked like Sinbad and necessary roughness on that one, getting in the backfield.
Yeah.
Whoa, diving stick there.
And Ivan St. Mark, the safety, on a blitz came up to disrupt that one as well. Brings up a 2nd and 13 for the Eagles. Under 3 minutes to go here, fourth quarter of play.
Not over here. The Eagles still need another first down to ice this thing, although they can bleed this clock down. And I unofficially do believe there should be one more timeout for the Titans. Unofficially below 2:30 at 2:27 and counting.
Looking to run the ball yet again. The give is to Williams. Stutter step. Picks up about 7 on the play.
So that's going to set up third down. It's going to be third down and about 8. Going to imagine the Titans don't have another timeout because they're not using it. So they may not have another one. They may have used the other one at some other point in this game. Unofficially under 2 minutes remaining. This is a big third down here, though. If they're able to get a stop, there's still a lot of time on the clock. And remember, a field goal the other way could tie this thing.
Imagine if they're going to get a first down here, it's going to come on the ground. What creativity will it be, or will it be straight a punch in the throat? Right A gap. What does they do with Jeremiah Williams? Sticking with that same set. One wide receiver set low. Give us to Williams running A gap. Stutter step. Close to the line to gain. He comes up just a bit shy. 4th and about 2 upcoming.
So 4th and, it's going to be a little longer. It's going to be about 2.5, almost 3 here. Unofficially 1:20. I don't know how long the play clock is in high school football. 40 seconds, 45 seconds? I don't know what it is, Peach, but very interesting here.
St. Peter's brings this down to whatever time they can bring it down to, and then probably calls a timeout and then runs the ball. You don't take a risk of botching a field goal.
No, definitely not to play in a field goal.
I see Coach Mark he's on the sidelines. He's going to bring this down as much as he possibly can. It might go down to about maybe 41 seconds or so. Maybe a little bit less. We're at 50. And, a first down obviously wins a game. But, you got to get another 6 seconds off the play itself. So it looks like you're at 42 seconds.
That's unofficial, but, somewhere in that ballpark. Now, if the Titans are able to get a stop here and deny the Eagles these 3 or 4 yards, they're, if they get a stop right where they are, they'd be about 40 yards away from 50 yards away from field goal range. And if anybody can do it, we've certainly seen the right arm of Josiah Patrick. So if you're the Eagles here, you got to get your best 3 to 4 yard run play. They've seen a lot of – there hasn't been much diversity in the offense here in the second half. They've had the bunch set out. They've had Williams, and it's just been a steady dose of Williams out of those shotgun handoffs. Will we see something different here after the timeout? Needing the yard line of scrimmage seems to be – just inside the 25, we'll call it the 24 and a half, and the first down looks to be right about the 21-yard line.
Listen, first down wins the game, but St. Peter's has to just make sure, hold the ball. You're going to get 3 or 4 seconds off the clock right now, and this game right now is in the hands of St. Peter's. Pound ground, get the 4 yards, take the knee, and send it to another week.
And to answer your question from earlier, because if you went back to Aruda at quarterback here in a short yardage situation, no one can blame him. He's been so successful in these situations. So the confidence in Vallely, and listen, an offense that put up 44 points, don't need to be taking the quarterback out, but the confidence in Vallely. So this might be a permanent thing here at quarterback.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This could be the ball game on a 4th and 3, and it looks like they get the Titans to jump on a hard count. A penalty could seal it.
After all the effort and all the grit and all the heart that the underman Titan showed, unfortunately, it looks like a mental error for a player we don't have on our sheet, and probably better off. Don't need to label the young man. Looks like a mental error by number 80 here is going to bring what was a very impressive second half comeback to the end here for the Eagles. And they're going to bring out – no, that's going to bring out the sticks here. This is going to wrap this up here, Danny.
Well, Jans, I got to ask you, as we come down now to what's sure to be an Eagles 3-point win, who do you got for your Buy-A-Bar game MVP?
I know it's the easy answer. But if you have 250 yards rushing, you're player of the game, right? Isn't that kind of automatic?
I guess Jeremiah Williams get himself in a Guy Bowl.
Yeah, I think so. He may have to get himself to 3rd Avenue over there. I love myself some.
You know what, though, boys? You have to do all sort of side check. Without him getting to 250 yards, you need the boys up front to allow him to get those yards. So
I might have to give gift cards to the whole offensive line, is what you're saying.
I'm going to go the offensive line. Listen, he makes tremendous runs,
right?
But without his runs, you don't have the big boys up front open up the holes to allow Williams to get those 250. So I'm going to say my player of the game is going to be the offensive line for St. Peter's football.
You know what? I kind of like it, And in a broadcast booth of 3 votes, 2 votes to 3, I'm going to be the swaying vote here. I'm going to talk to Buy a Bar, and I think we're going to be giving away 5 gift cards to Buy a Bar to the entire offensive line.
If not, I'll sponsor, because this offensive line all year has been nothing but allowing Williams to get his 1,250 yards for where he is right now. And without the boys up front having that big pasta meal night before and having another victory party tonight, without the boys up front, you're not a running back. And I don't care if it's college, high school, Pop Warner, NFL, without the boys up front, you're nothing. So I will sponsor that if they don't want to sponsor it.
Oh, no. They're going to sponsor.
Right.
There's going to be bowls galore. And believe me, they can go to any of the over 25 locations.
A lot of
in the
granola
tri-state
for
area.
everybody.
I mean, get some Nutella, get some peanut butter. Really help yourself out. On behalf of everybody out there at home, we appreciate you supporting local sports. I'm Danny Chanod, Peter Timmins, Ray Palma in the booth. Say your goodbyes, ladies and gentlemen.
Good night and have yourself some merry Main Street coffee. The Eagles are playoff bound, #1 seed. Gotta love it all. Main Street coffee.
Have a safe and happy Halloween, everybody. Nobody cares.